Go live.
Zero. I don't believe me.
We are going live. We are live. Okay. Go live.
Zero. I don't believe me.
We are going live. We are live. Okay.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
going up tonight against Warroad here on KNOX Live Sports and on News Radio 1310 KNOX 103.3, 107.9 FM. What a night we are planning on having this evening as Warroad and East Grand Forks, the top two seeds in Section 8 tournament hockey, will play for the championship tonight with the winner advancing on to the state tournament at the X coming up next week in St. Paul. Ryan Cunningham along with Sean Ford with you this evening as well. It's going to be a fun night. Sean was here on Saturday for the section semifinal against Detroit Lakes for East Grand Forks. A big win for the Green Wave, who have scored 22 goals in this tournament so far, getting ready to take on Warroad, who they split with this year. But when we heard, Sean, 1,000 tickets sold online for this tonight, they're expecting 3,000 in a stadium that only seats 2,400. This one's going to be a rocking place tonight here in Warroad.
It sure is, Ryan, and it's about 1/3 full already, maybe a little bit more than that. It's amazing. We're still 40 minutes away from drop of the puck, but we're expecting a big crowd here tonight, and you know it's going to be loud.
Yeah, it's going to be loud, obviously, with 3,000 people in this building this evening. They'll be at standing room only for this one tonight, and why not? You've got basically a state tournament semifinal or final in this one tonight. Two teams that are in the top 5 in Minnesota Class A hockey. They've been staring at each other across the way basically the entire season, so why not fill this place up tonight?
Well, the tournament's been kind of a preamble to this meeting tonight. These two teams were destined to butt heads here. They played a couple of great games together during the regular season, and we're expecting another great one tonight.
They did play twice in the regular season. They played at Thief River Falls in what was a neutral site game that was technically Warroad's home game. That one went overtime, 4-3 in favor of Warroad. Then they came back to East Grand Forks. It was a 6-3 win for the Green Wave in a game where Warroad was battling a little bit of illness in that situation, and East Grand Forks looked good. But I'll tell you what, we heard from Tyler Palmasino earlier tonight, some comments that people will hear later on in the pregame report. He said a few weeks ago they made some permanent changes to their lineup, what they thought they were going to roll with, and they're really beginning to hit their crescendo right now.
They really looked great Saturday against Detroit Lakes. They were moving the puck very well as a unit. And, of course, you know when you've got Brock Schultz in the front taking over the game the way he does, and you've got Grady Magner in the back doing the same thing, you're going to have a confident hockey team around you. But they've got some good other pieces as well. Cole Beese in the back plays very solidly for them, and it was fun to watch them play against Detroit Lakes. I mean, the Rock lost his shutout right at the end on a pinball play in running time. But other than that, I thought the Green Wave played very well.
But Carson Pilgrim is a University of North Dakota commit coming into this matchup with 60 points tonight. And that line with Carson Pilgrim, Murray Marvin Cordes, Tavin James, they are fantastic. They get up and down the ice really quickly, and they can give a lot of teams problems.
Well, obviously, yes, that's true. So a lot for the Green Wave to have to deal with tonight. Of course, the Rocks are going to have to be steady.
It's going to be a big one tonight. We thank you for joining us for it tonight here on KNOX Live Sports as we get ready for what is going to be a fantastic matchup tonight. The Warriors are 22-5. East Grand Forks is 18-8-1. We'll come back with our pregame report as we bring it to you courtesy of our premier sports partners, Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. Find them online at rivards.com as we get ready for this early spring. Plan out your forage and your turf projects with Rivard's. They've got science on their side. They do all of their seed mixing at their mixing plant in Grand Forks. And when it's time for the state and federal DOTs to come looking for the reputation to get their projects done right, they seek out Rivard's. And it's brought to you tonight by Grand Trailer Sales. They are big East Grand Forks Green Wave fans tonight. They're on the east end of East Grand Forks on Highway 2. All things trailer, whether you're looking to accentuate your current trailer, get it repaired, or find a new one, whether you're hauling for fun or you're hauling for business, they have you covered at Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks. And we bring it to you tonight courtesy of our premier sports partners. Our pregame report will continue in just a couple of moments, so we invite you to stay with us. You will hear from both coaches tonight, Jay Hardwick, the head coach of the Warroad Warriors, and of course Tyler Palmasino, the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave. Those comments are on the way in just a bit. This is our coverage of Green Wave hockey on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and Warriors hockey in the Section 8 final tonight on KNOX Live Sports.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
Did you know there's another way to manage your farm's risk and protect your equity with margin protection? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with Irie Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect your farm from changing input costs and crop prices. Join us at Irie Insurance for our upcoming margin protection meetings, August 29th at 8:30 a.m. in Devils Lake and 4 p.m. in Hope, and August 30th at 8 a.m. in Hillsborough. For more information, visit our website at irieins.com. Irie Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
S&T Quick Stop in Thompson is the stop you need of Thompson.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Section 8 championship matchup tonight here on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening from the Garden in Warroad, where you can hear that it's pretty loud. We got the pep band here already tonight, and this one should be a fantastic matchup tonight as the Warroad Warriors, who are 22-5, the 2 seeds in the tournament, will take on the top seeded East Grand Forks Green Wave this evening. These two teams have been looking across at each other for quite some time, and now they're ready to make it happen this evening, with the winner going on to the state tournament for Class A hockey starting up this coming Wednesday. It'll be at the X in St. Paul, Minnesota. Ryan Cunningham along with Sean Ford with you here this evening for our coverage of this matchup. And again, a big thank you to our premier sports partners, Rivard's Turf and Forage and Grand Trailer Sales, for bringing you our coverage this evening. Our pregame report tonight is presented by Irie Insurance. You're protected and appreciated with Irie, and also brought to you tonight by Area Community Credit Union, where your memberships matter. You can find Area Community Credit Union at 2800 South Washington in Grand Forks. Whatever it is that you're looking for when it comes down to your banking interests, they have you covered at Area Community Credit Union. And speaking of that, it's time to start off the new year with something fun for this upcoming summer. Why don't you check out Area Community Credit Union and see what they can do for you as they get ready to bring you those boats and those campers, those RVs and ATVs that make the summer a lot of fun. Irie Insurance, you're protected and appreciated at Irie. Irie Insurance started in Hope, North Dakota, servicing our area agricultural producers, and now Irie Insurance is taking care of so many of our commercial and consumable insurance needs. If it needs protection, you need Irie. Home, auto, life, health, business, you name it, they have it. Find an agent at IrieInsurance.com. You're protected and appreciated with Irie. Let's take a look at Drive for the Title and show you the path that these two teams have taken to make their way here. Drive for the Title tonight is presented by Toys for Trucks, your car, truck, and Jeep Premium Accessories Supercenter in Grand Forks. Toys for Trucks is ready. If you still want to get that automatic start installed before next winter. We only had a few cold snaps this year, but even the last couple of mornings have been, you know what, I wish I would have started my car. They've got an automatic start, and they will do the installation for you. They have the premium models that you're looking for so that you know it's going to work each and every time. And if it's time to dress up your ride for the upcoming summer driving season, they've got a full lineup of custom wheels and rims and performance tires in their showroom, ready to show you what it is that they have for you. Irie Insurance bringing you tonight's matchup. Toys for Trucks brings you Drive for the Title. Those of you with us on KNOX Live Sports tonight, and you can catch our video coverage of this tonight on KNOX Live Sports. Go to knoxradio.com, hover over the Sports tab, click on the Live Sports link. It's right there. On your smart devices, if you have a smart TV at home, just dial up KNOX TV on your YouTube service, and you'll be able to find out more. So you can see on the left-hand side of your screen the two games these teams played against each other this year. One was at Thief River Falls. That was a special team that was brought up at a neutral site situation. And Thief River Falls saw Warroad defeat East Grand Forks in overtime by a final score of 4-3 in that matchup. That game was a fantastic matchup, very even between the two teams, with Warroad pulling things out several minutes into overtime, in fact. But then they met on February 6th, and that was one that we had a chance to see at East Grand Forks. And East Grand Forks with a 6-3 win over Warroad, and it was likely that goal differential that moved East Grand Forks to the number 1 seed in this matchup tonight. Now, when you get past that situation, you can see that with that Warroad, there might have been an anomaly in that situation on February 6th. And the anomaly that we were told is that some members of that top line weren't feeling particularly well. There was some flu going around with Warroad at that point, and that might have slowed them down a little bit. Their path through the tournament that they've had so far, you can see that East Grand Forks has racked up a couple of big wins, 22 goals in their first 2 tournament games, a win over Lake of the Woods 15-0, and a win over Detroit Lake 7-1. Warroad took care of Park Rapids 6-0 and defeated Thief River Falls by a final score of 5-2, and that's how these two teams have made the final matchup of the Section 8 tournament. And that's Drive for the Title tonight, brought to you by Toys for Trucks. We're happy to have you with us here tonight as we continue our coverage of this Section 8 matchup from Warroad and our coverage of Green Wave and Warriors hockey tonight. And stick around, because more is coming up on our pregame report. Up next, we'll take you through the tools of the game and get the words of Jay Hardwick, the head coach of the Warriors, on his thoughts on what's going to be happening with this one tonight and how the two teams match up with each other. So do stay with us as we continue our coverage of the Section 8 tournament final. It's East Grand Forks and Warroad tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment Grand Forks.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team. Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop in to Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Welcome back to our coverage of Section 8 tournament hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham along with Sean Ford with you here this evening from the Garden in Warroad. They sold 1,000 tickets for this online, and they're expecting a crowd of 3,000 for this Section 8 tournament final tonight in a building that only holds 2,400. So in the long run, yeah, maybe some history is going to be made tonight. And then there's a game as well. It's the top two seeds in the Section 8 tournament. The East Grand Forks Green Wave 18-8-1. They'll take on Warroad, who is 22-5, and the Warriors coming in at two of the top 5 teams that are playing in Minnesota State A hockey right now. Only one can go to the state tournament. Tyler Palmasino, the head coach of the Green Wave, had some comments on that. We'll talk more about that as we continue along with our pregame report this evening. But as you can see, it's going to be a really nice crowd tonight. You can see the goaltenders warming up out there as well. And if we give you a look at what's going on with these fans right now, you can see that it's just filling in. And we've got plenty of time before we get down to face-off. We're 23 minutes away from the start of this one tonight, and already a lot of excitement out there. Our pregame report this evening is brought to you by Irie Insurance. You're protected and appreciated with Irie, and it's brought to you tonight by Area Community Credit Union, where your memberships matter. Let's take a look at the tools for the game tonight and introduce you to some of the players that are going to be involved in making things happen tonight. First of all, for East Grand Forks, one of the things that you'll see about the Green Wave is their balance. Brock Schultz, 53 points on the season. He garners a lot of headlines on that first line for the Green Wave. Landon Jameson with 37, and Grady Magner has been great back on the blue line as far as producing offense from a defenseman's role with 35 points. One of the key factors there are 5 additional players on this Green Wave roster that have scored 20 points or more this season. So they've really found a way to be balanced. And Coach Palmasino tells us a bit later in the pregame report, part of that is breaking up their best forwards and putting them on different lines to try to create some extra opportunities. Ryan Rockstead, 2.61 goals against, a save percentage of .878. For the Warriors of Warroad, Carson Pilgrim garners a ton of headlines, 60 points on his own this year, but what he creates for his line mates with Tavin James and with Murray Marvin Cordes is just phenomenal. 57 points for Tavin James, Murray Marvin Cordes with 47. You do the math in that situation, and you're looking at 164 points for those 3 men on that line. They front load. And then Ryan Lund, who Jay Hardwick will talk about here in a couple of moments, has been huge defensively this year, but also scoring 39 points. He does a lot of things well for that defensive unit for Warroad. And so I'm looking for another big game out of him tonight because he's been good each time we've seen him. Ben Norris, 2.15 goals against, save percentage just under 90. He gave up 6 the last time that he saw the Green Wave, and that was at East Grand Forks. Our tools for the game tonight are brought to you by Acme Equipment and Acme Tools, your Kubota dealers with a full line of Kubota products to help you do your very best work. You'll find their Kubota products in Grand Forks on their lot across from Simplot on Gateway, whether it's skid steer loaders, other compact loaders, bigger equipment, or you're looking for a scissor lift or anything to fit out your operation and your budget, you can find it there. And if it's time for a new power tool to solve that do-it-yourself project that you're looking to accomplish, they've got the full line of Milwaukee battery-operated power tools and other lines of battery-operated as well at Acme Equipment and Acme Tools in a service department to make them run again. Acme Equipment and Acme Tools, your Kubota dealers in Grand Forks, bringing you our tools for the game tonight. Let's hear from Jay Hardwick. He's the head coach of the Warroad Warriors. It was fun catching up with a coach that brings players into this building hoping for this very moment. And we talked about that as we got started tonight with the head coach of Warroad, how players dream growing up in Hockeytown, USA, of being here with a berth in the state tournament on the line. Those comments earlier tonight from the head coach of the Warroad Warriors, Jay Hardwick, a great guy to talk to. Been in a lot of big hockey games with this team, trying to get his team back to the state tournament. And that's how we continue our pregame report tonight here at Warroad and the Gardens as East Grand Forks gets set to go up against Warroad tonight for a spot in the state tournament, which is on the line. When we come back, we'll go through our keys for the game and hear from head coach Tyler Palmasino as we continue along with our coverage of Section 8 tournament hockey tonight. We're looking forward to a great one. The Green Wave and the Warriors, East Grand Forks and Warroad, set to do battle this evening. Our pregame report continues next here on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need. Turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Tufty Marine in Northwood is your Lund Boat headquarters. Looking to buy, sell, or trade? Tufty Marine will get you into the Lund Boat you've always wanted. And they have the parts and accessories you need as well. To check out their inventory, go to tuftymarine.com. Tufty Marine, your Lund dealer in Northwood, always willing to make a deal.
Presenting Hugo's Theater. Do you find me appealing?
Fresh.
Only the freshest produce at Hugo's.
When you're looking for a change of pace, change of routine, or a change of scenery. We'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
If you haven't had good pizza, I mean really good pizza from Pizza, you should. Pete's Menu offers personal, family, or specialty for free delivery or pickup Tuesday through Saturday, along with daily specials, all at delicious prices. If you haven't been to pizzamenu.com, you should.
For over 30 years, the Golf Center has been your club fitting leader, helping all golfers play their best. Our experienced club fitters use the latest technology, and we're proud to again be one of Golf Digest's top club fitters in America. Get fit at the Golf Center.
Have you done your maintenance? You should. Call Thermal Air and let us check your furnace or your boiler for professional evaluation of your equipment's performance without high-pressure tactics. Call Thermal Air at 701-740-8161.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Phil Thompson and Associates are on the job providing crop insurance, tax, and related service for farmers, businesses, individuals, and families since 1989. Phil Thompson and Associates, Warren and East Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
In a world hungry for growth and possibilities,
there is a name that stands above the rest.
Proceed, a trusted name in agricultural excellence.
For generations, we've been providing farmers with the seeds that ignite their success. From seeds to success stories, Proceed is there every step of the way. Contact your local Proceed rep today.
Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net.
We welcome you back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham, Sean Ford with you here this evening from the Garden, rather, in Warroad. I was about to say Civic Center Arena. I don't know what transported me there for a couple of moments, but nonetheless, we're ready. There are not very many places left to sit in this place tonight. Again, they sold 1,000 tickets for this matchup, and there's plenty of people out in the mezzanine at this point that I don't know where they're going to sit, but nonetheless, we're going to have a jam-packed audience for this one tonight. And tonight we get ready for what should be a fantastic matchup between the East Grand Forks Green Wave and the Warroad Warriors. Ryan Cunningham with you here tonight. As we mentioned, Sean Ford will be on our camera throughout the course of the night tonight as well. Our pregame report this evening brought to you by Irie Insurance. You're protected and appreciated at Irie and by Area Community Credit Union, where your memberships matter. For those of you that were catching the interview with Jay Hardwick, our apologies. We understand we had a technical issue. I'm hoping that we have that worked out. We'll have it worked out hopefully in a few seconds of the interview that we have with Tyler Palmasino coming up here in just a couple of moments. Let's continue with our pregame report. Our keys for the game this evening are brought to you by Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season with Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World. Jarrell's knows it's always hockey season. There are already camps getting going in April in Grand Forks for hockey. And so whether it's a stick, a new pad, whatever position, they have you fully outfitted. And remember, skate sharpening that is precision. A first of its kind that came into North Dakota with hands-free skate sharpening at Jarrell Sports Center. We've seen it in action. You see it during the course of the games as well when you see the messages from Jarrell Sports Center, and it is one of a kind to make sure your performance stays up. And when it's time to get ready for all those other sports as well, they're ready for all the spring sports at Jarrell's: baseball, softball, track and field, you name it. They've got it covered for you at Jarrell Sports Center on South Washington and Grand Forks. For East Grand Forks tonight, you've got to match up with that Carson Pilgrim line, somehow, some way. They are the real deal, those three men, James, Pilgrim, Marvin Cordes. They know how to get it done, but you also have to be aware of what they've got on the blue line with Ryan Lund, because he can hurt you in a lot of different ways. And one of the big keys tonight for East Grand Forks is going to be to roll that depth. There is a front load of scoring for Warroad, whereas East Grand Forks has consistently won the battle of third lines this year and has done a pretty good job in the number 2 line this year. And East Grand Forks has last changed. So that's something that they'll have to be key in on tonight. For the Warriors, lots of production. You've got to go ahead and fire some pucks at Ryan Rockstead to get this thing going. You just have to. It's one of the things that you can't allow a goaltender to get comfortable, especially when it's going to be a very partisan crowd in favor of Warroad tonight. It's a huge challenge for him. Also, match up with that Brock Schultz line in the second matchup this year between the Green Wave and the Warriors. Brock Schultz's line really hurt Warroad in that matchup, and so they're definitely going to have to watch out with that first line. Even though there's depth for East Grand Forks, you've got to stay one-on-one up there. And short changes, you're going to have to try to get the right matchups on the ice throughout the course of the night, and so you might have some changes that are going to be very rapid in this game for Warroad, particularly if it's close, trying to keep this to a point where they can get their front load players on the ice a bit more often down the stretch. And those are your keys for the game this evening, and they're brought to you tonight by Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Stop in and see what's new for the season at Jarrell Sports Center and Hockey World. Tyler Palmasino, the head coach of the East Grand Forks Green Wave, had a chance to join us before tonight's matchup as well. Great conversation with Paul Mohan. We asked him about the surroundings for this matchup coming into a road situation tonight here at the Garden. To be in East Grand Forks.
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Like, there's pros and cons to both of this. It's honestly nice to get the kids out at school a little early, get them on a bus where we can control the environment a little bit. And at the end of the day, we're going to Warroad to play hockey. Like, I use the analogy, it's not like we're Rocky Balboa going into Russia to fight Drago. Like, we're going to Warroad to play hockey, so we're fired up.
You're going to take on a Warroad team that you've played very good hockey against this year, and you usually do. Do you feel like this rivalry brings out the best in you and it brings out maybe the best in them?
Yeah, and I think that's what is so cool about high school hockey. Like, I mean, last night you had 2 and 3 in AA playing to get to the state tournament. Tonight here you got 3 and 4 and 1 pole playing for an opportunity at the state tournament. And in all fairness, we both should be down there, but I think that's what's so awesome about high school hockey is that it's geographically based, and every year we know our road to St. Paul goes 2.5 hours north to Warroad and then down to St. Paul.
Talk to us about what you learned about this team this year, and tell us a little bit about how you plan to match up with them after 2 rounds with them already this season.
As far as our team or their team?
Sure.
Yeah, I like where we're at. Like, it's been a grind here for 25 games. I like, about a month ago we kind of made some lineup decisions where we put what we think are our 3 strongest forwards on 3 separate lines at center, and it gives us the quality depth to play a team like Warroad where we're going to come at them hard. In order to do that, we got to be rested and ready, and we got to come in waves. And so we feel we got three groups that can play against the Pilgrim line if needed.
And then finally, Coach, tell us a little bit about how you manage emotions in this one. It's really easy to come out and burn pretty much right away, and it's a long grind against Warroad. How do you keep teams mentally even throughout the course of a game like this?
Yeah, that's the tricky part. I mean, you want them on the edge, and the emotions is part of this game. And, like, in order to play your best, you got to be emotional, and you got to be into it. At the same time, there's going to be plenty of ups and downs and adversity and swings, and those are the things you got to manage through. And at the end of the day, like, in my experience, the best team wins in this night, and I hope we are.
Tyler Palmasino says he hopes that it's his team that wins in a night just like this. And there have been some great battles between these two teams in the past for a championship of Section 8. And we mentioned, you heard it there from Tyler Palmasino as well. These two teams both belong in a Minnesota State tournament. Due to geography, only one can go, and we've seen it coming all season long. Consistently, there are years where even Thief River Falls is in the top 10, and we know that only one of these 3 teams is going to make it. Tonight, only one of these 2 will make it. It's either East Grand Forks or Warroad, and we'll see who's going to prevail by the time this night comes to a conclusion. Those are our coaches' comments for tonight's matchup as well. We're glad you joined us for this one this evening. It's going to be a great matchup between East Grand Forks and Warroad. The Green Wave 18-8-1. Warroad is currently 22-5. We've got more on the way on our pregame report, brought to you by Area Community Credit Union, where your memberships matter, and brought to you tonight as well by Irie Insurance. You're protected and appreciated with Irie. This is our coverage of the Section 8 championship matchup. East Grand Forks and Warroad continues next, right here with the Rivard's Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great-tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
S&T Quick Stop in Thompson is the stop you need at the end of your day. From the groceries you may have left behind to the products you need to keep running, S&T Quick Stop is your best stop. Find us on the west edge of Thompson.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Our national anthem continues. Our national anthem is completed here tonight. We welcome you back to our coverage of Section 8 tournament hockey this evening on the Rivard Surf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. And a big thank you to Area Community Credit Union and Irie Insurance for bringing you our pregame report this evening. We get ready to go with our coverage of this matchup coming up tonight. East Grand Forks 18-8-1 on the season, but the number one seed very likely due to goal differential with a 6-3 win and a 4-3 overtime loss at the hands of Warroad throughout the season. Warroad, the number 2 seeds tonight in this matchup. Ryan Cunningham with you here this evening, and Sean Ford joining us here tonight as well. And they told us, Sean, that they sold, 1,000 tickets online. There's people still looking for seats in this one tonight, and I don't know that they're going to find them tonight, John.
You know, Ryan, I've done an awful lot of hockey games in this building, and I've never seen it as full as this, but I can imagine this is what the building looked like when the old Warroad Lakers used to play here.
You know, and it's amazing because we've seen this game play out before, but I don't know if it's drawn more interest this time or if the weather's just been nicer this winter or whatever the case may be. Maybe they've got two very, very good teams. Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results, fransonbank.com. For Warroad, between the pipes is Ben Norris, a senior. On the left point defensively, senior Will Hardwick. On the right point defensively, senior Ryan Lund. Carson Pilgrim will bring out the first line tonight, a senior with junior Tavin James on his left wing. Murray Marvin Cordes, a senior on his right wing. For East Grand Forks, Ryan Rockstead, a junior, is between the pipes tonight. Grady Magner, a senior on the left point. Judd Pesch, a junior on the right point defensively. And up front, Brock Schultz, a senior, with Tucker Lovejoy, a sophomore on his left wing, and Jace Forey, a senior on his right wing. And those are your starting lineups tonight, and they're brought to you tonight by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results, fransonbank.com. We're underway with hockey. Will Hardwick taking control and launching a shot almost immediately. Coming in on Ryan Rockstead. Rockstead will reach out, make a glove save, and hold on for the whistle. And we'll have a draw in the matchup just 7 seconds in to the right of Rockstead. Lots of people standing to watch this one tonight. No question about it. And that's because, well, it's drawn just about everybody. If you're not here tonight, I don't know, you better have a better social engagement than this one, or you're just a long way away taking it in on KNOX Live Sports. Grady Magner takes control of a puck off the draw for the Green Wave and launches one down ice. No icing here, in a ferocious battle in that left corner for control of the puck. The Green Wave tried to play it back out to the line. Magner couldn't hold it. Judd Pesch comes over to send it back in. Ryan Lund will pick it up for the Warriors. And here comes Warroad trying to create another rush up ice. This will be chipped back up front by Carson Pilgrim. And then the first line will come off on a change for Warroad as well. Green Wave changed up earlier. Puck to the right side. This will be brought up by Nolan Mellibrook. Shot coming in. Norris surrendered a rebound. There was an opportunity right on top of the crease, but it was overskated just a bit by Jace Panzer coming up all the way to the second line. And Brock Schultz was out there as well, finishing up his shift. Mellibrook trying to chase one down to the corner. Loose puck to Landon Jameson on the wall. And then Cole Beast trying to hold the line. Ends up losing control of it. And Nick Corbett will backhand it back up front while East Grand Forks gets back on side. We're no score, 1:05 into the matchup. Warriors trying to break out. Damon Scappel comes up ice and launches one back behind the net. Scappel scored the first goal of this series at Thief River Falls the first time around. Ryan Lund, steep angle, put one out in front. There was a juicy rebound right on top of the crease again. No Warriors around to take advantage, and Lund will go back to the puck in the neutral zone. Centers it back to Will Hardwick, and here comes Hardwick for Warroad. A wrister that he tried to get loose. He took a hit and ends up losing his footing. Cooper Hills took it back, and we'll see an icing or perhaps an offside call. Looks like offside against Warroad, and we'll draw with 15:28 left of the opening period. Scoreless here at the Garden. Well, draw on the left side of that line for East Grand Forks, and they will send Hunter Varnson to the dot to take the drop for the Green Wave. The puck played towards center, and then on the back end of it, Cullen Schmaltz, third pair defender, coming up near side, tried to get the puck through the neutral zone, couldn't find it. Grady Magner back behind his own net, leaves it for Schmaltz. And this one's a step faster than we've seen already. There's a lot of adrenaline on the ice for these two teams tonight, and you can tell very early. Jace Van Epps up in the offensive end for the Green Wave. Circles back towards the left corner, left it behind the net. A step in for Lund, who will play it back out towards the near side wall. It went up loose against the right boards for the Green Wave. Warriors chase. This is pitched back out towards center. Peyton Sunderland will pick it up for the Warriors. Got up into the offensive end. They wave off icing, and Sunderland got put on his keister. Loose puck to Cullen Schmaltz at neutral ice. He'll dump it back towards the right corner. Jace Forey with the first line back out there for the Green Wave, looking to make a touch of it in the corner. This works back out to the line. Cole Beast will dump it up the far wall. They wave off the icing call here, and Ryan Lund is back to try to paddle it to Tavin James on the left side for Warroad. James got it back to his own line, knocked behind him. Trailing the play that time was Braden Hontvid, and this will be put out of play on the far side. Near the red line, looks like we'll bring this right back to the center circle for a draw with 14:24 left to go in the opening period.
Teams kind of feeling each other out right now, Ryan. Back and forth we go. Warroad with the best scoring chance so far.
Yeah, both teams have seen a rebound come out in front of the goaltender. Ryan Lund created that scoring chance a couple of moments ago for Warroad. Green Wave back to their own zone to try to pick up control of the puck. It works back to center ice, but Tavin James stays with it for Warroad on his left. Played it back towards center, goes loose into the corner, picked up by Murray Marvin Cordes. He'll come out to the point. Sam Hurd is there, Hard. He ends up sending the puck back to center. This will be deflected back up through the neutral zone. Long rush coming in off the left that time. Magner trying to dump it up. Goes back into the corner. Sam Hard will circle over for Warroad and bring it up on the right side wall. Long rush up for Murray Marvin Cordes. This is deflected out of play. Our draws tonight are brought to you by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks. And our draws are brought to you tonight by S&T Quick Stop. That quick stop on the way back to Grand Forks in Thompson on Highway 15, and we'll draw in the left circle of the Green Wave zone.
You know, you were talking about the partisan Warroad crowd earlier, Ryan, but I see a lot of green and black in this building, too.
Yeah, they traveled pretty well, huh?
Yeah, the Green Wave very well represented here tonight.
They may have been some of those 1,000 online tickets that were sold here today before this one got going. There's still a ton of traffic behind us right now, trying to make their way in and out of their seats at this point. I don't know that a lot of people will stand. They'll probably walk and enjoy this one. It's sent back out to center. Mellowbrook reaching for it. Braden Hontvid gets back to it for Warroad and tries to send it back through the Warroad, actually the East Grand Forks zone. This will ring back to the right side for Ryan Shagabe. A touch up back behind the Green Wave net. Stepping back, Judd Pesch looking to make a play up the left wall. He'll backhand this high, and that one ends up out of play as well.
Well, they do have a walking track here at the Gardens. So
yeah, right now the walking track is our studio right behind us, and there's a ton of them here. I mean, you can see them standing all the way around on the top edge of the bowl here. Obviously a great place for a hockey game. They've got a cozy atmosphere. The temperature's picked up about 15 degrees since the crowd began to fill in. And that makes it a little more comfortable. David Scapel will go to the dot for Warroad to take the draw, and Scapel wins it, sends it back to Broden Hontvid back on the Green Wave line. A touch up in front of the net deflected, and it's pulled out for the Green Wave by Hunter Varnson into a 3-on-3. Varnson tried to come back to center. It was deflected, and now we'll see an offside call against the Green Wave. Little herky-jerky at this point.
Again, kind of a feeling out process. These two teams know each other pretty well, as you've already alluded to, but
yes.
This is a big game for both.
Only one team can go on to the state tournament. Kyler Leon will take the draw for Warroad against Varnson for East Grand Forks. Varnson won it, sent it back in his own zone. Grady Magner comes over to pick up control of the puck, sent it back to the left wall, but bearing down Broden Hontvid will take care of this up in the offensive end on a deep pinch, and it's sent back out in front of the Green Wave net. That'll be picked off there by Jace Van Epps, and Van Epps now numbers trying to come up into the offensive end, hit the surface and somehow stayed onside, dragging the puck with his body. It went loose to Drayden Johnson for Warroad, and Johnson got tangled up with an official skate as the Green Wave come out with Cullen Schmaltz leading a rush 3-on-3. Schmaltz will dump it down the right side wall. This rings back to the far edge for Ryan Lund, who picks it up on the rush. Lund was able to get a step on it as he came up as well. Sends it down to the corner, looking for a carom off the end wall, and chased his own. It goes back towards the right side. Steep angle taken by Kyler Leon, and this one gets deflected out of play again. And with 12:18 left to play in the opening period, another draw coming up in the East Grand Forks zone. We're scoreless on the All-True scoreboard, 0-0.
And you're Cullen Schmaltz, another one of those defenders who had a really good game on Saturday here against Detroit Lakes.
They only have one shot on goal up on the scoreboard for both teams thus far. One for East Grand Forks and one for Warroad, rather. And this has kind of been played more on the edges so far than it's been played out in the middle of the ice. Puck up ice. Tucker Lovejoy coming in. Great dangle. Fires. Ben Norris makes a stop. That was a nice play for Tucker Lovejoy getting loose, but Ben Norris right on top of it. He makes the glove save and holds with 12:05 left.
Got to get those shots away quickly, Ryan, and it takes a little off of them sometimes. And
Ben Norris had a good look at that. There was nothing in front of him as far as traffic yet, but a nice little wrister from Tucker Lovejoy. Plenty of velocity on that. Face-off goes off the end wall. Lovejoy tried to play it back out to center. He was looking for Jace Forey. Big hit against the wall from Forey as he was able to put a body in on Thomas Grappentine, who's out there defensively. Loose puck goes to the right. Will Hardwick for Warroad comes up into the neutral zone and dumps one off an official as it heads towards the far corner. Corbett will ring it back towards the near side for Forey for East Grand Forks along the right. Forey trying to come back up on the near side, sent it back to center, goes loose on a long reach for Jace Panzer. He got it, fires, and Norris makes a big kick save. Panzer getting up ice on an opportunity to reach out and control a puck that had kind of gone by him, and he was able to gather it and had a one-on-one chance with Ben Norris, who kicked it away with a blocker. Puck goes loose to center. It's picked up by Carson Pilgrim. A touch for Pilgrim, but not much more than that. Broden Hontvet takes a loose puck back in his own line. Tavin James now for the Warriors just ahead of the Green Wave line. It's sent back out to center. Landon Jameson, a shot from the wing. Norris will kick that away. Jameson chases the loose puck into the corner, but it rings back up the far wall. Ryan Shagabe and the Warriors trying to get there. Jameson got it back as the puck stood right on the line, and he'll sweep it back into the Warroad end, and East Grand Forks trying to change up behind it. Loose puck to Dominic Anthony for Warroad. It'll be poke checked loose by Van Epps as it came back to the red line. Ryan Lund retrieves for Warroad, sent off the far side wall, and an official ended up holding up a puck again. Van Epps was able to come over, pick that one up. Good physical battle to the near side for the puck. Cooper Hills put a hit in, ends up overskating the puck, and it comes back to center, and now Hills will come back and lay out Dominic Anthony. Loose puck went back into the Green Wave end. Grady Magner back to get to it. 2-on-2 the other way. Now down numbers are the Green Wave as Hunter Barnson comes up into the offensive zone. Barnson will drop it off for Hills. Hills ended up losing his post support back on the point. Grady Magner lost an edge. He was able to turn it back there a bit later than he wanted. Barnson will pick up the loose puck in the right corner for the Green Wave. Out to the point. Quick slap shot that was taken from Judd Pesch. Ends up going up and over the bar. Magner returns it out in front of the net. Hills had a chance, but it was poked off his stick before he'd get a shot free. We're inside of 10 minutes to play in the opening period. Scoreless on the All-True scoreboard for the Section 8 title tonight between East Grand Forks and Warroad here in the Garden. 3-on-2 odd man, only momentarily. Puck went loose between the hash marks and picked up back on the Warroad line by Cole Beese. He'll turn it back down to the right corner. Picked up on that right side by Tucker Lovejoy. A shot from the point. Cullen Schmaltz goes wide. It's come back to the point. Beast drives one in. Again, wide of the net, just looking for the carom. Brock Schultz on the right point takes control. We haven't said his name much tonight for East Grand Forks, nor Carson Pilgrims for Warroad. The two centers have been kind of away from the puck thus far. Loose puck out in front of the net. That time Schultz had a chance. It spins loose. Forey tried to gather it up top of the near circle. Instead loose again, and Graydon Johnson will come up ice with it for Warroad. He'll turn it back behind the Green Wave net. It's dumped back by Cole Beast into the corner for Nolan Mellebrook. Mellebrook will turn it up into the air. A little pitchfork will slide to the neutral zone. And Will Hardwick's back to get to it for Warroad. He turns it back to Lund. Slap shot that got in hard. And that was from deep, just ahead of the red line that time. Knocked away by Ryan Rockstead, and you can see what Ryan Lund can do when he gets a stick behind a puck. Tavin James on the right wall, loses one back to his own line. Lund will take one to Hardwick. Hardwick takes a hit as he comes up, flips this one back to center. There was a rush there momentarily. It breaks down, and then Lund will launch one in up and over the bar that Ryan Rockstead threw a glove at, but didn't have to make a play on. 8.5 to play. We're halfway through the opening period and still scoreless. Broden Hontvet back for a loose puck for Warroad. Off the far side wall, Tavin James will take it. Knocked away momentarily by Corbett. Then loose into the Warroad zone again, and Hontvet will retrieve from Ryan Lund. Hontvet puts it out in front. Here's a chance for James coming up the ice. Spins it back out in front of the net. And just before Carson Pilgrim and Murray Marvin Cordes could get to it, Cole Beast got back defensively for East Grand Forks and knocked the puck away. Corbett back behind his own net, trying to ring back towards the near side. Turned it back out to the neutral zone. It's pinned down by Thomas Grappentine for Warroad. That'll allow the Warriors to change up. Long breakout pass, trying to stretch the ice for the Green Wave to Hunter Barnson. He got spun down right in front of the Warroad line, and Hontvet has been out there a while defensively. Turns it back to Damon Scapel on the near side of the ice. Scapel trying to throw one through the neutral zone. Gets pinned up against the boards as Cole Beast comes over to retrieve. This will go left side to Jace Van Epps. Pokes at the puck as he was about to overskate it. Flip back up in the air and knocked down as we saw a rush coming towards the puck from Cooper Hills, but no one really able to grab control of it right out between the blue lines along the near side wall. Kind of a rock fight with these lines on the ice right now. Puck back to Corbett for East Grand Forks in his own end. He springs it out on the far side boards. It's kicked back down the ice by Thomas Grappentine for Warroad. Ends up in the right corner for the Warriors. Now to the left for Dominic Anthony as the Warriors go in deep. A little play back out in front of the net. Barneson was there expecting that, and he turns it back to Tucker Lovejoy in the left wing for East Grand Forks. And Lovejoy will have his pocket picked by Dominic Anthony. Anthony puts it back down as both teams will make a change. Under 7 to play in a rapidly expiring first period of hockey. This one's been more of a technician as far as skating is concerned. Not a lot of scoring chances. East Grand Forks got a couple of flurries away. It's 4-3 shots on goal in favor of the Green Wave. Pilgrim behind his own net turns it out left side to Honfit. Honfit got it back to center. It was pinned down by Judd Pesh, and he launches one wide of the net. Honfit will pick it up to the right of goaltender Ben Norris, and this comes back towards the left side for a rush up the ice from Ryan Lund. Lund gets in, puts a centering pass out in front, and a one-timer goes just wide. Loose puck dangles to the right of the net for East Grand Forks before Brock Schultz comes away with it on a pass. Schultz trying to come to a stop. High slot slap shot. Norris knocks it down. Rebounds loose. Carried back behind the net by Pilgrim and played back out to the near side wall. Schultz picked it off. High slot wrister. He took a hit as he tried to get it away. Loose puck into the corner for Jace Panzer. Panzer for the Green Wave trying to come back to it. Lund was able to pick his pocket, and this will be thrust back down by East Grand Forks. They'll have to get back on side, and now we'll see a whistle as Ryan Lund came over to retrieve the puck, and we're down to less than 6 minutes to play in the opening period. Where'd this first period go?
Well, we haven't had a lot of stoppages, Ryan, as the puck just keeps moving around. Both teams clogging up the neutral zone really well on the other, and nobody really able to find a real rhythm yet.
Both teams are playing very good defense against the other. We really haven't seen a whole lot. It seems like both of them are expecting something from the other, and it's been there. And so which of those expectations will be changed early is going to be the difference in the early scoring. And this one, a shot from the wing by East Grand Forks off the draw. Puck goes back behind the Warroad net. Lund is there for the Warriors. Comes back to the near side. Big hit thrown on Sam Hard. He got knocked down trying to make his way back up ice. Loose puck. Cullen Schmaltz drives one over the bar. Let's go loose to Lund on the right side wall for Warroad. A chip off the glass. Van Epps held it in. Tried to send it down to the corner. Over to get it, Kyler Leon for Warroad. This will be icing if it doesn't come on net, and it does not. And so we'll see a draw coming up back in the Warroad zone with 5.5 minutes to play in the first period. Draws again tonight brought to you by S&T Quick Stop. That Quick Stop on the way back to Grand Forks in Thompson on Highway 15 and Apex Apparel. Your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks, Apex Apparel, bringing you our draws tonight. We'll see a draw coming up in the Warroad zone. Off to the right of goaltender Ben Norris. And we wait for the particulars of the draw to be worked out. And Brock Schultz got a piece of the draw to win it momentarily. Peyton Sunderland for Warroad, however, will come away with it and backflip it back down to the East Grand Forks zone. It's picked up off the wall and played back up ice by Grady Magner. This got through everybody. Icing will be the call. And we will come back into the East Grand Forks zone for a draw this time with 5 minutes and 14 seconds left to go.
Get a look at the Warroad pep band section.
It's a heck of a look, too. They've been nice and loud, and they've been fun to listen to tonight. It's always good when the bands get out, and they usually do between these two teams. Brock Schultz winning a draw for East Grand Forks. Comes back to Jace Forey on the right. Forey put it out to the neutral zone, and Tavin James will send it right back down. Rockstead's there to transition for East Grand Forks. Sent it left wall looking for Lovejoy. This is picked up on the line. Murray Marvin Cordes trying to put it out in front of the net. He had traffic there as well, but Green Wave there to pick it off. A defender right there between the hash marks. It was Magner. Carson Pilgrim, first time to skate with it in a while. He fires, and it got blocked. Nick Corbett is able to go back into the corner and pick it up, and this will drift its way back into the neutral zone. A bounce caught Ryan Lund's stick. They wave off the icing call, and it works back to Murray Marvin Cordes. He'll make a stretch pass to James up into the neutral zone. James has one picked loose top of the far circle. Mellowbrook for the Green Wave trying to get free to Lovejoy. Goes loose, and Ryan Lund is there for Warroad. A cycle back into the neutral zone for Will Hardwick. And Hardwick takes a look back over towards the right of the Green Wave end, where we'll see Nick Corbett come away with it for East Grand Forks. Down to 4:15 to play in this opening period. Panzer giving chase. Ryan Lund was there. Loose puck back to center for Ryan Shagabe. Shagabe puts one in on net. Rockstead wants to quickly transition. Found Cole Beast of the head of steam. Beast pulls back to his right, then got back to the wall and rings it back down the far boards. East Grand Forks will go off on a change. Broden Hotfit is there to pick it up off the end wall and chips behind the net, rings back to the right. He'll drive his way out towards the line, and a good pickoff there by Landon Jamieson, but the Green Wave offside if they pursue. Panzer knew it, so he had to hold up. That gave Ryan Lund a chance to come away with it. for Warroad, and he sends one back into the corner. Over to pick that one up is Judd Pesh for East Grand Forks. Comes out high, loose puck. Dominic Anthony got hit from behind as he tried to get a wrister away from the high slot, and the puck will drift back into the left corner. A battle for control there, 2-on-2 up against the wall. It works back up on the near side. That's one of the blind corners that we have here at the arena. This will come back out into neutral ice. Hontvit comes over to pick it up. It seems like Hontvit and Lund have played a ton of minutes defensively so far tonight. Judd Pesh tripped up. Green Wave crowd wants a penalty, and they're going to get one. This is touched up by Warroad, and East Grand Forks is going to go on the power play as there was a tripping call that will come in against the Warriors, and this tripping call is going to go against Ryan Shagabe.
Actually, I thought they were going to get one a little bit earlier against East Grand Forks, but the arm didn't come up on that one.
So there will be a power play for East Grand Forks. And the power play will be on a tripping call against Ryan Shagabe. Time of the penalty is at 13:51 of the opening period. Power play brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online at rbbelectric.com. Green Wave with the puck in the offensive end off the draw. Magner on the left point. Looks down to the right corner for Colby. Back out to Magner. High top, it's Landon Jamison. High slot, he'll turn it back to the right side. Magner, pass comes loose off the wall. Brock Schultz looking to retrieve, does. Sends it back into the left corner, steps away. Great pass out to Magner between a pair of defenders in the high slot, but Magner had a hard time pulling it in. Into Beast in the corner. Now Panzer steps into that corner to take control of the puck. Jamison high slot. One-timer by Magner. Hit the side of the net, goes wide. Ryan Lund tries to clear it. Magner over to pick it off. He could not hold the zone. Magner gets back into the neutral zone, and the Green Wave will get back on side. 1:10 left in the power play. Here comes Brock Schultz, a wrister wide of the net. Rebound out in front. Schultz had a chance at it. It comes loose to the high slot again. Magner a try as well. Now Lund picks it up and finds Carson Pilgrim. Short-handed rush. Pilgrim a wrister blocked. Landon Jamison got to it back in the corner. Tries to turn it off the end wall, and he'll find Magner with 50 seconds left of the power play as the Green Wave come up ice after giving up a short-handed opportunity. Van Epps into the offensive end, sends it down the wall. Lovejoy trying to approach it. Hontvin is back to clear for Warroad. Came near side, loose puck picked off. Lovejoy, backhanded pass for Van Epps. Now it's Varnson with a slap shot from the high slot. Broken up by defensive traffic, and Ryan Lund looks to clear. He will do so just right of the net, and Lovejoy, Rockstead, is able to transition it back up. Here comes Varnson for East Grand Forks with 20 seconds left of the power play. Varnson into the corner, wrapping out, wrapping around, and right there, Ben Norris stood his ground to take that off of a leg pad. It turns back out to the neutral zone. Judd Pesh steps up into the offensive end. 8 seconds left on the man advantage for East Grand Forks. A good penalty kill so far for Warroad, -1 opportunity, and that's the end of the power play. That will take us down nearly to a minute left to go in the opening period. Only 11 shots between the two teams after 16 minutes of ice time. And a power play for East Grand Forks, and it's no score on the All-True scoreboard as we play into the final 50 seconds of the first. Loose puck on the left side, coming out with Judd Pesh. Pesh tried to get it up to the neutral zone. Warroad's offside if they touch it up after Broden Hontvit was able to break things apart for the Warriors. Puck on the right side wall for East Grand Forks along their line. Hontvit continues to charge it towards the corner. Tried to play it back out in front. The Green Wave were there to break one up, and it's Brock Schultz that comes away. Back behind his own net, turns it back out on top. Ryan Lund was there to put a hit in with 25 seconds to go. And Hardwick's back for Warroad to try to pick one off in front of his own net. Hardwick back towards the near side with Jamison giving chase. Now it's Varnson stepping up to a loose puck. He found Van Epps with a shot that gets down. Varnson out in front, fires, and it got blocked. Ben Norris sliding to his left was able to take that one away from Varnson with an open net right there.
Best stepping up. The game.
And we'll see the end of the opening period of play. East Grand Forks, a couple of opportunities towards the end of that first period. Ben Norris made a couple of big saves, and we are scoreless at the end of the opening period in what was a very, very good pace. I'll tell you what, Sean, for feeling things out, the pace in that first period was impressive.
Yeah, it was indeed. But again, you kept mentioning the guys like Schultz and Pilgrim not able to find any space yet. It's been a very well-played defensive game by both teams.
Absolutely would agree with that. That'll take us to our first intermission. Our intermission report tonight is brought to you here on KNOX Live Sports by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and by High Plains Water, your source for Awesome Water in Grand Forks. Through a period, we're scoreless here at the Garden in the Section 8 championship matchup between the Green Wave of East Grand Forks and the Warriors here in Warroad. This is our coverage of high school hockey in the Section 8 hockey tournament on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Add a pop of color and excitement to your next celebration with Balloons by Misty. Their one-of-a-kind balloon design skills and creativity will make your event unforgettable. It's always a party at Balloons by Misty. Visit balloonsbymisty.com today.
Hello?
Yeah, is your refrigerator running?
Not again.
Because it should be.
Keep your refrigerator and all your appliances running like new with the help of Bud & Ralph's Appliance Service. Bud & Ralph's has been making house calls in the greater Grand Forks area since 1986.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
Hi Grand Forks, it's Monique Lamoureux, retired Olympic champion and your newest real estate agent with RE/MAX Grand and proud supporter of high school athletics. I'm bringing the gold standard to your buying and selling journey. Call me today at 218-779-0610 or find me at mygrandrealty.com.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
Pro Ag in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything Pro Ag has to offer.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment Grand Forks.
Did you know there's another way to manage your farm's risk and protect your equity with margin protection? Hi, this is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with IRE Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect your farm from changing input costs and crop prices. Join us at IRE Insurance for our upcoming margin protection meetings, August 29th at 8:30 a.m. in Devils Lake and 4 p.m. in Hope, and August 30th at 8 a.m. in Hillsborough. For more information, visit our website at ireins.com. IRE Insurance is an equal opportunity provider.
Welcome back to our coverage of the Section 8 championship matchup for high school hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. What a night we had back in the opening period this evening as the Green Wave and Warroad battling to just 12 shots on goal in the opening period of play. It was one of those situations where the teams played a lot on the edges, not necessarily in the middle of the ice. A power play for East Grand Forks that was able to be set up. Green Wave had a couple of options, but Carson Pilgrim was able to earn rather a short-handed option coming up the ice as well. In the end, the defenses prevail in that opening period of play with 7 shots for East Grand Forks, 5 for Warroad, and it is a nothing matchup here at the end of the opening period in a battle for the state tournament. Ryan Cunningham, Sean Ford with you here this evening from the Warroad Garden, and I'll tell you what, fast pace, lots of hitting, not as much perhaps as we would have expected, but we saw some things from the 2 goaltenders at times where they had to stand up. The defensemen were very good. Well, the guys inside the blue line were great for both teams.
And you mentioned the game was played out on the edges. That's because that's all the defense was giving. And as long as it stays that way, guys like Pilgrim and Schultz are going to find it very hard to get through the high slot to get good shots away.
Yeah, not a whole lot that was there that we could really show off for you tonight as far as the highlights from that first half of play that we had for you. But obviously we love to bring you a couple of shots from or I shouldn't say first half, but rather first period here tonight. But typically we bring you a couple of shots of our replays tonight, and there just wasn't a whole lot there to show.
Not a whole lot. Ben Norris was tested a couple times.
Yes.
The Green Wave had a couple of pretty good chances. One was off a defensive mistake, probably one of the rare ones by Warroad, and Norris had to make a good save with the left pad. So he's been tested, and both goalies are going to be tested before this is over.
You think so? And, you mentioned the two centers tonight, the two men that we're watching coming into this matchup, Brock Schultz for East Grand Forks, Carson Pilgrim for Warroad. They didn't see the puck till the end. Then they both saw the puck at the end. And so to me, it seems like, there are some adjustments that are being made here. It takes some time for the players to see the game on the ice, understand what it is that's being given them, maybe hear it from the coach, and then go to those places. And that started to happen there in the second half of that period.
I think one of the best shots Warroad had was Ryan Lund from center ice.
It was a great shot.
It was a terrific shot. And you're right, though. The coaches now, they're going to go in the locker rooms, they're going to make adjustments, and we'll see what each coach comes up with for their players here when we start the second. It should be really interesting.
I wouldn't expect a lot of big adjustments, though, just for the simple fact that in this situation, neither team broke.
The hitting is going to ratchet up.
I would expect
the
that you're
hitting
probably
is going
right.
to ratchet up.
Yeah. Our intermission report is brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. Get a system from High Plains Water and find out how the quality of living goes up in your home with one of those systems. No more scaly buildup around your fixtures. Appliances that will last longer. You're also going to have better tasting tap water right out of the tap. Cleaner laundry with less detergent. Treated water is better water. Find out more at highplainswater.com or visit High Plains Water in Grand Forks. And Grand Forks Welding and Machine, they're the Men of Steel. We're going to have an early planting season. This latest round of snow, it's not going to bog us down forever. And that means it's time for you to prepare to get out for those agricultural interests. Get those discs reconditioned, get those chisels sharpened, and make sure your grab rollers are conditioned the way they need to be and working the right way as well. So you can get the work done you need to get ready for 2024. Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, bringing you our intermission report tonight. Not a lot of things to talk about. No big highlights to show you. We had one penalty. It was a power play for East Grand Forks after Ryan Shagabe took a tripping call at 13:51 of the opening frame, and it led to the first and only power play so far in East Grand Forks. Couple of opportunities in that power play, but nothing that found the net, as the penalty kill for Warroad was fairly good. Maybe a breakdown the first 30 seconds, and then that shorthanded rush for Carson Pilgrim. And, one thing about that, Sean, before we take our next pause, as I think over that penalty kill for Warroad, it almost seemed to me like they were more intent on trying to find a shorthanded rush and score rather than just kill off the penalty.
Well, that's Warroad's nature. They're always looking to attack. That is the first thing on their mind, even when they're shorthanded. But again, at that point, they didn't give East Grand very many chances because they were so offensive-minded.
Yeah, when you can play that way and you can go up and find a rush and still be able to kill off a penalty, it's a great asset. No score after one. Intermission report will continue in a couple of moments, brought to you by High Plains Water and Grand Forks Welding and Machine. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports.
Presenting Hugo's Theater. Oh, I'm the worst.
What do you mean, Pally? Hugo's Meat and Seafood is the best. Just ask him. The eyes have it.
The finest meat and seafood at Hugo's.
When you're looking for a change of pace, a change of routine, or a change of scenery, we'll help you find what's next. Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For you, for life.
Hey, this is Pastor Paul. I'd like to welcome you to Hope Church, especially if you're a person that doesn't have a place where you hang out spiritually. We would love for you to come and experience hope and find God. Hope Church, 9, 10:30, and 6 p.m. on Sundays. For more information, you can check out gfhope.org.
Tufty Marine in Northwood is your Lund Boat headquarters. Looking to buy, sell, or trade? Tufty Marine will get you into the Lund boat you've always wanted. And they have the parts and accessories you need as well. To check out their inventory, go to tuftymarine.com. Tufty Marine, your Lund dealer in Northwood, always willing to make a deal.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Hi Grand Forks, it's Monique Lamoureux, retired Olympic champion and your newest real estate agent with RE/MAX Grand and proud supporter of high school athletics. I'm bringing the gold standard to your buying and selling journey. Call me today at 218-779-0610 or find me at mygrandrealty.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports from the Garden here in Warroad. We're at the end of a period of play. Your score is 0-0 between East Grand Forks and Warroad. Our intermission report tonight brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the Men of Steel. We get ready to start second period action for you here this evening, and it should be, well, we've had an opportunity to make the adjustments as we've talked about, so now we'll see what the teams come up with as far as second period action is concerned and what's going to be different in the second 17 minutes compared to the first 15.
Well, you may see different line matchups. You may see different setups in the neutral zone. It could be a number of things.
I would think, as you mentioned, Sean, maybe the hitting is going to be a little bit different.
Definitely ratchet up.
I would bet that that's probably a place that both coaches are looking for their teams to turn it up a little bit as the second period faceoff goes in favor of East Grand Forks. Back in his own zone, Judd Pesch for the Green Wave tried to weave one through the neutral zone, and this one will glide easy back into the Warroad end. And we'll come back into the East Grand Forks zone for a draw on an icing call. The number of people here is ridiculous.
It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
You can see there in the background, they are 2 and 3 deep in standing room behind the goal. And there are little tiny overhangs that have been earned all the way around here that have seen a handful of people just, kind of, I guess you could say, accumulate and sort of find like this is a spot where we can watch a game. Loose puck back in front of the net for Grady Magner for East Grand Forks. He'll come back to Tucker Lovejoy, who puts one out in front, and Carson Pilgrim trying to take one from Jace Forey. Forey will dump this back into the Warroad zone. Lovejoy over in the left corner looking to try to produce here for the Green Wave. He was up against the boards. Ryan Lund gives him some space. A step in by Broden Hontman to try to take control of that situation. This will come back out in the neutral zone for Grady Magner. Turnover. 2-on-1 odd man. It's Pilgrim coming up. He dangles, fires, and what a snipe that was made in that situation by the goalie, Ryan Rockstead. Let's take a look at that again on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You'll see it turn into a 2-on-1 up against the right wall. There's Pilgrim getting free, takes it himself, dangles around a defender, and right there was the quick reach out on the glove hand of Rockstead. Control of that situation, and East Grand Forks turns away an opportunity on the quick hands of Ryan Rockstead and comes up with a stoppage up in the East Grand Forks zone.
And the fans, as you can see, still getting back into their seats here. You only get about 12 minutes to grab your hot dog, and there aren't many places at the concession stand to stand.
No, they're probably understaffed over there today, but they're not used to 3,000 people showing up here at the Garden as well. with an opportunity to try to get something done. Puck comes back in the Green Wave zone off a draw. Shot goes wide from the right point coming in. That one taken by Murray Marvin Cordes. Back out to center on the ring, and Marvin Cordes will pick it up on the line to Hotvit, who will push it back down the right side wall. It circulates back over towards the right for the Green Wave. They try to clear, but Ryan Lund was there to hold this one in. Off towards the near edge, Damon Scapel in the midst of a change for Warroad approached it. Comes back out to the neutral zone. A turn by Jace Forey. Puck up on an edge and rolling, and we'll see Tavin James back to pick it off for the Warriors before it ends up back in his own zone. Puck off the left wall. Hotvit has it poke checked loose. James following, got as far as the half line and turned it back in to the East Grand Forks zone. This will circulate back towards the left. Green Wave trying to come up with Panzer. He'll drop it off. Brock Schultz gets ahead of steam. Schultz from the left wing coming back high slot. Got it back, but had a shot deflected wide. Good play by Brock Schultz to get some loose space up on the high slot and try to get a shot away, but in the end, a deflection sent it awry. Cole Beast back into his own end to pick up a puck for East Grand Forks. He turned it back towards Panzer, went loose. Damon Scapel will turn this one in on net. Rockstead will send it aside. It goes back to the far corner. Dominic Anthony comes in looking for a rush. Back over towards the right. Broden Hotvit getting very aggressive defensively. This is maybe one of the changes that we're seeing from Warroad in those adjustments. Hotvit's been way down near the goal line on a couple of shifts here for Warroad, trying to extend his presence if he's up ice to do so. Landon Jamieson, little backhanded pass to the high slot looking for Panzer. Broke it up. Again, it was Hotvit back on his own, and he's played a ton of minutes tonight as well. Mellabrook coming out into a mild 3-on-2 for the Green Wave. A pass towards Jamieson. That is a bit offline. Hardwick will ride Jamieson into the corner. Hardwick for Warroad trying to step in there, and the puck will come back off towards the near side wall. East Grand Forks continuing to pressure. This comes back out into the neutral zone. Touch up on the near side. Peyton Sunderland spinning one back into his own end. Hotvit's there again for Warroad behind his net to try to carry it out on the right side for Warroad. Hotvit gets caught in the neutral zone, played it back up ice. A flail at it by Kyler Leon, sent it back into the Green Wave end. We'll see a whistle and a penalty coming up behind the play. I think they've got a Green Wave for tripping, and now it's Warroad that's going to go on an almost lethal power play, as we're going to see Cooper Hills go to the box for tripping for East Grand Forks.
Never even saw it behind the play, Ryan, but that's where it happened. And as you said, here's a chance for Warroad to really unleash their offense.
Yeah, and it's a very lethal power play that Warroad has. At one point this season, they were converting about 40% of the time on their man advantages, and it's because that first line that comes out there is so very good. So this is one of those big first opportunity testers here for this East Grand Forks special teams unit and for Warroad to try to put the first offense of the night on the board. Loose puck back behind the net. Pilgrim will look to bring it out. Correction, it's Lund that brings it out. He finds a head of steam from Marvin Cordes. A wrist shot from the high slot. Kicked away by Rothstead. Puck goes loose far side. A rush by by Brock Schultz trying to get up the ice, and Schultz looking for an opportunity to play, ends up losing the puck behind him. Lund high slot, wrister wide of the net, and that one was not seen by Rockstead. It ends up going left, but the Green Wave catch a break. It's Lund again from the high slot. Backing up towards the Green Wave line, another shot coming in, and right there, Rockstead to make another glove save. He's been good with the gloves so far.
Yeah, but Warroad is getting no one in front of Rockstead. They had no one in front. He saw that all the way.
So we'll see a draw coming up in the East Grand Forks zone with 1:18 remaining on the man advantage for Warroad. No score on the All-True scoreboard. Power play for Warroad brought to you tonight by RBB Electric. On call, on time, and online. RBBelectric.com. Ryan Lund skates to the high slot after taking control of the draw. Pilgrim, a wrister from the circle, ends up off the end wall. Hotvit over to pick it up. Puts it back towards the left corner. Carson Pilgrim looking to take it back towards the corner, and then a big hit as Grady Magner came in and put a body on Murray Marvin Cordes. Hotvit will take it back on the right. Turned it back behind the net for Tavin James. Back to Hotvit in the right circle. Lund on the high slot looking, playing. One-timer for Pilgrim. He didn't get it all. Ends up sending it wide. Tavin James steps out to it. He'll turn it back off to the point for Pilgrim. 45 seconds left on the power play. Marvin Cordes down to the goal on the doorstep. Oh, they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave off a goal for Warroad. The initial indication is the goal is waved off because the net popped up off its pegs, and I don't think Warroad knows it yet.
No, they don't. They're coming over to congratulate themselves.
The officials are coming back. Now they're going to score the goal. The initial indication was that it was no goal, and you saw it, did you not, Sean?
I did see the wave off.
The official came in and waved off the goal, and now apparently they're going to count the goal, and Warroad's going to take a 1-0 lead. The time of the goal will be at 4 minutes and 23 seconds, but we saw an official come in for the left corner and wave his hands off the goal as if to not count it. And now apparently it's going to count after all, and Warroad will take a 1-0 advantage. They're going to give the goal to Broden Hotfit, who's played a lot of minutes tonight. And Murray Marvin Cordes will pick up an assist on it. So it's Hotfit from Cordes on the power play at 4:23, but we're going to be talking about that one for a while. And the reason being is that there was clearly an official that stepped down the goal line and waved off the goal.
Well, other than that, it was a first defensive breakdown really for East Grand Forks in the game. They left a man wide open on that near post.
And on the power play, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, Warroad has an opportunity to get that done, but boy, what a strange set of circumstances to see the opening goal scored in such a fashion when we clearly saw an official step in and wave it off, and apparently after consultation, or at least a second thought, they decided to count it. The net popped up off its peg and came back down on its peg, and so maybe they decided, nope, the net didn't move and it's a good goal. It's just a strange combination of mechanics that bring us to a 1-0 lead for Warroad. But as we mentioned, the Warriors convert on the power play, and East Grand Forks finds themselves down by a score of 1-0 at this point with just under 12 minutes to play here in the second period of hockey. So the opening goal comes on special teams, and we had talked about Warroad just having a very, very good power play unit, and that's how they scored the first goal tonight. We'll see a whistle as a puck comes binding in on Ben Norris.
In a situation like that, Ryan, the net has to move off the goal line in some manner, and it didn't. It popped up in the air, but it didn't move.
Yeah.
So that's why they decided to count the goal.
And I can see that being the case. I could see that, coming into play. The net popped up off its pegs a little bit and then came right back down. And so certainly not questioning whether or not the goal should have counted. It's just one of those situations where when you see that type of a thing happen, you kind of wonder how it resolves itself. In the end, it resolves itself for a goal for Warroad. Puck loose along the Warroad line, and here come the Warriors rushing 3-on-2. Play to the near side looking for Pilgrim. Ends up being deflected up against the end wall, and Cullen Schmaltz comes back to get one for East Grand Forks. Now the Green Wave come out 3-on-3. It's Schultz coming up into the offensive end, comes to a stop on the point. He'll turn it back towards the right. Schmaltz near side looking for Magner, trying to rush his way through the circle. He got turned around by Murray Marvin Cordes up towards the wall on the Green Wave left. And the loose puck comes off for Marvin Cordes on the near side. Tavin James, a pass back to Marvin Cordes. That got picked off by Cullen Schmaltz. Near side, Tucker Lovejoy reaching back to the near edge for Schmaltz, and Schmaltz will send it back up into the Warroad zone. Lund off the far side for Warroad on the left. Carrying it back up into the neutral zone. Shot from long range. Rockstead will sit on that and hold for the whistle. With 10:36 officially left to go here in the opening period. 1-0 in favor of Warroad on the All True scoreboard. Scoreboard updates brought to you by All True. Regular screenings with All True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. Schedule an appointment. Visit alltrue.org or call 780-5000. Lund with a shot wide of the net. Loose puck towards the near side. Thomas Grappentine will step in and take control for the Warriors in the corner. He turned it back to Cole Beese. Beese off the far side for East Grand Forks. Play through the neutral zone for Cooper Hills. And then a lost edge on the far side wall for Kyler Leon. And they're going to rule this icing. And rightfully so. Leon looked like he was going to touch it up, but the Green Wave were the last to send it up ice, and they didn't catch up to it before it got in the corner.
Yeah, that blue line can be treacherous for defensemen sometimes. You trip over it. It happens.
And that's what it was.
Yeah.
A quick turn, quick pivot. Kyler Leon ends up going down. Probably get a little ribbing on that one in the locker room coming up later. But right now, Warroad leading 1-0, and Broden Hotfit got credit for the goals. A shot comes in on Rockstead. Rebound right next to him as well. Slammed back towards the net by a very opportunistic Drayden Johnson. And we'll come back out to the near side. We mentioned Hotfit. He had played so many minutes so far. Good to see him get rewarded if you're a Warroad fan, because he had played a ton of minutes, and he comes up with credit for that power play goal. And one of the adjustments that Warroad had made is to send him deep, and he comes in deep on the power play and scores to give Warroad a 1-0 advantage. Van Epps launches one from the neutral zone. That'll be gloved up and held by Ben Norris. Our draw is brought to you tonight by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks, custom embroidery, screen printing. They do it all at their shop just down the road from the Columbia Road overpass on Demers, and they get it done for you fast because they know you need to promote your team or business. Apex Apparel, bringing you our draws this evening and our timeouts as well. And we'll draw to the right of Ben Norris, who sees a puck come in towards the Warroad net. And Norris will glide it away back into the near corner, and another whistle with a puck out of play.
Well, obviously, Warroad noticed that they had the opportunity to pinch their defenseman in on the point on the offensive end, and they're trying to take advantage of that.
They've done a lot of that here in the second period. We've definitely seen their defensemen get more aggressive. Loose puck to Grady Magner. He's got some space. Fires and it scores for East Grand Forks. Grady Magner from the left point will score, and the Green Wave will tie it up at one apiece. A lot of traffic in front of the net in that situation, and Grady Magner will pick up the first goal of the night for the Green Wave at 7:25 as we take a look at it in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. These draws can be so treacherous. There's Magner retrieving the puck. High slot wrister, and it just ends up scoring over the glove hand of Ben Norris, and that is your American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay to give the Green Wave their first goal and tie the game up at one each. Magner will pick up the goal. We'll find out where the assist will go, probably out of the draw. May have been tipped on the way through, so we'll wait for the official scoring on it. They are as well. But here comes Murray Marvin Cordes back the other way for Warroad, trying to dump one back into the Green Wave end. We're going to see a whistle perhaps for icing against Warroad, and we'll come back into the Warrior zone for a draw.
9:25 the time, and you had a feeling it would be Magner or Schultz who would get the first one for East Grand, the way things were going.
Grady Magner so good from the blue line this year. 17 goals, now 18 if he gets credit for this one, and 35 points on the season for Grady Magner. And when you get that kind of a production from a defenseman, it's great to see. Shot by Beast that stayed low and ends up ringing back into the far corner. Here comes a 3-on-2 odd man rush for Warroad. Tavin James leading the way, tried to put it out to Carson Pilgrim. Mellebrook is going to pick up an assist on that goal for Magner. It'll be Magner from Mellebrook at 7:25 of the second period. That ties it up. The Green Wave are offside here as it's dumped back up into the offensive end by Judd Pesh. Warriors try to get to it on their right. Send it back towards the center circle. And back is Jace Forey to play it back to Pesh in his own end. Pesh being hunted by Murray Marvin Cordes. Now Pesh steps back behind his own net. Gets one away from Tavin James, but a mishandled puck towards Tucker Lovejoy ends up being broken up with Ryan Lund bearing down on it. Green Wave trying to get it out. It comes back to the near side point. Lund will pick it up on the left and put it back behind the net for Peyton Sunderland. Loose puck there, one off the wall by Brock Schultz. And off to the near side come the Green Wave on a rush with Judd Pesh leading the charge. A great pass by Tucker Lovejoy breaking out. Schultz with a chance and it hit the left pipe. It just grazed the left pipe. Loose puck, Van Epps, wrister. Norris blocked it and didn't see the rebound. Back out in front, Van Epps leaving it. Schultz trying to get free with the stick being held up. Driven towards the net. Norris reaching forward and can't cover. And here comes the other way. Ryan Lund on the rush for Warroad. He's down numbers as he comes in. And a wrister driven back into the right side corner will ring back to Sunderland and be pushed back into the Green Wave end. Under 8 to play now in the second period. All even at 1. A power play goal for Warroad. A goal for the Green Wave to answer. Most recently, Van Epps out of the neutral zone. He finds Hills. It's 2-on-2 looking for Magner. And Hills got leveled as he made a pass to the right side with Will Hardwick doing the harm. Puck back into the neutral zone. Brock Schultz will send it back down into the Warroad zone. Hardwick's over to pick it up on his own right corner. And the Warriors look to transition back up into the offensive end. Kyler Leon will leave one up into the Green Wave end. Corbett over to pick it up. Turns it back towards the right. Quick cycle for Cullen Schmaltz against a Warroad change. Here come the Green Wave up into the offensive zone. A stop and a fire, and Norris has one deflected out of play. And we'll see a draw coming up in the Warroad zone with 7:08 left in the second period. And I'll tell you what, Sean, if there was a feeling out process in the first, foot's on the pedal now here in the second.
The pace has definitely picked up. End to end we go, and more hitting as well.
7:08 left of the second period. We draw in the Warroad zone to the left of Ben Norris. 1-1 matchup. Loose puck goes to Warroad off the draw. Cycle back to the near side. Kyler Leon trying to get back up the ice. Lost one behind him. Let's go back behind Lund as well. Hardwick will pick it up in the left corner for Warroad. A pitch up into the crowd. That is the Warroad band. Both bands are here tonight. The East Grand Forks band and the Warroad band. We're playing little dueling bands of things.
But, you know, the Warroad band will play a piece, then the East Grand band will play a piece. They go back and forth.
Just saw a couple of Bemidji State coaches walking by. So there might be just a little bit of scouting going on here tonight, you think?
I don't think they're scouting the bands, Ryan.
No, I don't. They're not looking for tuba players here tonight at the Garden in Warroad in this Section 8 championship matchup. Face-off drifts back out of the neutral zone. It will be Beast that dumps it down into the far corner, and the Green Wave try to get to it. Panzer's there for the Green Wave, chasing back into the left corner. As we turn back out to Beast on the point. Oh, a shot got ricocheted off of Jameson's skate. Ends up going loose into the far corner. Long rush to get to the rebound. It's won by Cullen Schmaltz. He's down numbers in that battle along the right corner and dumped it back behind the Warroad net where it's retrieved by Damon Scappel. Scappel turns it back to Dominic Anthony, and he'll pitch it up into the neutral zone. Green Wave back to pick it off in their own line. Schmaltz to Jameson on the left, and Jameson will turn this back into the Warroad zone. 1-1 with 6:10 to play in this second period of action. Warroad scored first in the power play tonight. The Green Wave have answered with a goal from Brady Magner after Broden Honvet. Both defensemen have scored the goals so far tonight. Ryan Lund in the left corner, driving down the goal line extended, set for Marvin Cordes, and his wrister was just offline. Great pass by Lund to find Marvin Cordes coming up. Loose puck, Tucker Lovejoy for the Green Wave. He was trying to make a play to his left and ends up mishandling the puck. Goes back into his own end to pick it up. Schultz will take it off the wall and drives it off the left boards for the Green Wave. It rings back to Van Epps on the right. Forey, and Forey steps into a hit, is able to win control of the puck. It's dumped back behind the Warroad net. Lund is there to hoover it away again. Off to the near side, Magner trying to load up, had a shot blocked, was able to keep it up in the offensive end, and Lovejoy will go get it as the Green Wave try to make a short change here in the even-numbered period. Comes back towards the near side wall. Schultz drifting back into the neutral zone. It's held by Magner just as he goes off the ice on the end of his shift, and Ben Norris will take that along the net for Warroad and turns it back to Lund. Now a puck hits Schultz coming back to the neutral zone. Schultz tries to step through a couple of defenders, and it goes loose along the wall. Rolls back out towards the near side. Long rush to get up to it for Tavin James in the neutral, actually into the offensive end now for Warroad, and James got turned around along the near side boards. The Green Wave possess back in their own end. A breakout pass goes offline. Grappentine was able to get it for Warroad back on the red line. It's coming back to the near side. Cooper Hills ends up overskating it. Loose puck picked off again by Warroad. This will be brought up by Drayden Johnson. His shot got blocked. Nick Corbett got back on the back check. Pretty nice job by Corbett to take that one off the body. Down to 4.5 to play. Second period. Still a rapidly moving hockey game. 1-1 your score on the All-True scoreboard. Puck loose along the red line again. Long rush to get to it. Corbett coming over to make a slap of it, trying to outduel Peyton Sunderland for control of the puck. Warriors come away with the control. Tyler Leon steps up to the Green Wave line. Then Hunter Varnson got to it, tries to step between defenders. Took a hit, and Broden Honvet was on the back end to take it back for Warroad. Honvet will turn back up into the neutral zone. He's down numbers 2 on 4, but launches one on net. Punched aside by Rockstead, and Honvet chases the loose puck for Warroad. He got hit by Cole Beast from behind. Green Wave come away with it. Barneson, a hesitation in front of his own line. Turns it back up on the right. Mellebrook just barely stayed on side. Barneson attacking the high slot, ends up losing the puck. And Broden Honvet comes back to it again for Warroad. Honvet surveying his opportunities. Comes off the near side wall. A big hit thrown in on Kyler Leon as he swiped it up the ice. And Beast comes back to the plate for East Grand Forks out of the corner, trying to send this back towards the neutral zone. Jace Panzer was there for the Green Wave. We're down to 3:25 to play. Second period, still 1-1, Warroad and East Grand Forks. Schmaltz playing off towards the near side, looking for a bit of a hold right along the end of the neutral zone. Again, blue line to blue line for these two teams in these last couple of minutes. The Green Wave fight it back up into the Warroad end, but it's the Warriors back to get to it with Dominic Anthony leading the charge. He comes back to the right for Scappel, and the puck goes loose back into the Warroad zone. Lund will pick it up, tries to stretch the ice with a pass to Anthony. Anthony got a piece as he swiped it up into the Green Wave end, and now Warroad will go for that short line change. Off the right side, it's Forey trying to kick it out of his own zone for East Grand Forks. Beast trying to handle, got around Marvin Cordes. Loose puck picked up right side by Damon Scappel. Backhand, pass got through, and a one-timer kicked away. Big save by Ryan Rockstead. It was Carson Pilgrim on the back end that took that pass. It somehow squirted through traffic, and the Green Wave iced the puck. That took Rockstead all of his effort to get back to his right, and a huge save for the Green Wave goaltender.
Just sticking that right leg out there and praying, Ryan, and he made a fine stop.
Against Carson Pilgrim, one of the most lethal scorers in Class A hockey.
Did you say Carson Drago?
No.
Oh, Carson Pilgrim. Okay.
That was a reference to Tyler Palmasino's conversation that we had earlier tonight. 2.5 to play in the second period, all even at 1 on the All-True scoreboard as we draw again in the Green Wave end. A puck out in front of the Green Wave net. Lovejoy gets it for East Grand Forks. He'll turn it back, and now this turns into a long stretch play. Forey got to it, tried to play it back to Brock Schultz, trailing the play. Went loose there. Turnover. Hontvit coming up the ice. Pilgrim high slot wrister. That one deflected up towards the near corner. No one knows where it is. It looked like it was deflected in the corner. Rockstead didn't know where it was. Is this trapped in a uniform? It is. Grady Magner got it in the breezer.
Well, when you don't see the puck hit the ice, you know it's in somebody's clothes, and that time.
What I thought was funny is there were a handful of players that had a rough idea where it was, right? So they all came to a stop because they knew one of these guys has the puck in their uniform, and if it falls out, I'm taking a shot at it. Beast will pick it up for East Grand Forks off the draw. Overskated it a bit. Maybe a little nervous energy beginning to work its way in now for East Grand Forks. They've missed a couple of short passes as of late, maybe trying to get ahead too quickly.
You don't want to make mistakes at this point, especially in your own end. I'm also noticing the goaltenders are low to cover the puck because they don't want to give up defensive zone face-offs.
Yeah, the offensive zone draw big right now for a team, particularly East Grand Forks, who just showed what they can do off of it on the goal by Grady Magner. Lund with the wrister that somehow made its way through traffic, ended up wide. Then a slap shot on the return, a penalty coming up against East Grand Forks, I believe. Beast will touch it up, and they're going to get an interference call coming up against the Green Wave. And another opportunity to skate with a man advantage is on the way for Warroad.
And a body going down in front of the net, and it does look like it's Cole Beast heading for the bin.
Cole Beast will go in for interference at 15:17 of the second period of play. And so a power play once again for Warroad, brought to you by RBB Electric, on call, on time, and online, rbbelectric.com. And there is a bit of a conversation going on over at the scorer's table.
Well, survive the period, Ryan. Survive the period.
That's the idea. 140. They're asking for a trainer to come to the Warroad bench, but the Warriors will go on the power play. Man advantage for Warroad, tied at 1 with East Grand Forks. Pilgrim into the corner for Marvin Cordes. Back to Pilgrim off the left wall. Pilgrim back to Marvin Cordes, doorstep. The Green Wave getting down. They can't. It's a goal for the Warroad Warriors. Again on the power play. This one will sneak through 5-hole, and the Warriors score their second power play goal tonight to take a 2-1 lead.
Well, again, just too many black jerseys in front of the net. And on the power play, East Grand couldn't account for them all.
Time of the goal will be at 15:32. We'll take a look at it again in the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. And you'll see the puck in the corner that goes down towards Tavin James. There was a chance for it there, along with Murray Marvin Cordes, the two men that were around it. One of those two will end up being credited with the goal in this one. It'll be a power play goal for Murray Marvin Cordes. Tavin James likely to pick up an assist on this. No, Carson Pilgrim will pick up an assist on it. Ryan Lund has a shot that gets blocked. Time of the goal at 15:32 on the power play. And the Green Wave are down once again, a score of 2-1 as we see a stoppage for what I believe will be an icing call, or perhaps an offside call, rather, against East Grand Forks.
Yeah, the Green Wave failed to touch up on that.
So 2 power play goals for Warroad have them on top tonight. And now with 1:05 to go in the period, the Green Wave down by a score of 2-1. And the lesson here this evening, and we knew it already, you just cannot afford to give this Warriors team the man advantage. Another stoppage with a puck up against the wall. Not sure if that ended up out of play or if there was a penalty on the back end of that as well. The goal is Murray Marvin Cordes with Carson Pilgrim picking up an assist. Time of the goal at 15:32. And it is a 2-1 lead in favor of Warroad. We'll have our highlights coming up for you at the intermission report. So do stay with us for that. We'll take a look back at some of the highlights in this matchup. And we've seen each team get on the board now. Clock down to 50 seconds. Hunter Barneson back behind the net, stacked up. Broden Honfit is there as well. Barneson pulls it out, tried to scoot out towards the left circle. This will be picked away loose, and here comes Murray Marvin Cordes on the rush. Left side, Tavin James back to Marvin Cordes, harassed all the way down the ice by Grady Magner, who got back in a pretty physical back check to keep Marvin Cordes away from an empty shot. Puck near side, Cooper Hills leaving it off to Van Epson, back to Cooper Hills on the left. Cooper Hills got turned around looking for possession of the puck. Down to 20 seconds left to play here in this second period of play. Long throw at the net by the Green Wave that's offline. Norris gave it a token look, ends up leaving it. Ryan Lund will send this back up into the offensive end, and Rockstead will paddle that back over towards the near side. I'll look back towards the right. Green Wave trying for one more rush before the end of the period. This comes back into the neutral zone, a drive in on Norris, and that'll be the end of the second period of play. Warroad getting the man advantage on a couple of occasions, and the Warriors will take the lead at the end of the second period of play as we go to our intermission report. Your score is Warroad 2 and East Grand Forks 1 on our all-true scoreboard. Our intermission's on the way, and it's brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. We'll come back with some of those highlights from our second period next. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. Stay with us. Our highlights are on the way next.
If you haven't had good pizza, I mean really good pizza from Pizza, you should. Pete's Menu offers personal, family, or specialty for free delivery or pickup Tuesday through Saturday, along with daily specials, all at delicious prices. If you haven't been to pizzamenu.com, you should.
The Golf Center is your go-to place for the latest. From PXG, Callaway, TaylorMade, Titleist, Ping, Srixon, Mizuno, plus everything else at the Golf Center.
Have you done your maintenance? You should. Call Thermal Air and let us check your furnace or your boiler for professional evaluation of your equipment's performance without high-pressure tactics. Call Thermal Air at 701-740-8161.
Open all year round to the public, Eagles Crest offers space for holiday parties and family get-togethers. And of course, daily specials, appetizers, and all your favorites, including Sunday brunch buffets. Come in for the view and delicious meals at Eagles Crest Grill.
Phil Thompson and Associates are on the job providing crop insurance, tax, and related service for farmers, businesses, individuals, and families since 1989. Phil Thompson and Associates, Warren and East Grand Forks.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivards Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
We welcome you back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. We're now through 2 periods of play and a couple of miscues by East Grand Forks, surrendering power plays to Warroad, and the Warriors are 100% tonight on their power play looks as they score 2 with a man advantage in the second period. They take a 2-1 lead over East Grand Forks after 2 periods of play. Ryan Cunningham along with our friend Sean Ford, who's on the camera work tonight. We thank him for joining us this evening as well as we bring you our coverage of this Section 8 championship matchup. Sean, you kind of mentioned it's been about what we thought it was going to be. The Green Wave have scored a goal on at full strength, at even strength, but if you give Warroad man advantage opportunities, I mean, nearly automatic. And tonight they're 2 for 2 in the man advantage.
Well, it certainly seems like it. And I think those power plays came from the strategy that they used that you mentioned, the defenseman pitching in, forcing some pressure. They're forcing pressure in the offensive end, and that is causing the Green Wave to make some mistakes. And they have made a couple in this period.
Yeah, they have. They've found a way in a couple of cases here to where things have broken down. They took a couple of penalties, and you're finding out there's just nothing that's a harmless penalty against this Warroad team. We saw it throughout the regular season. We're seeing it here tonight in the section championship game as well, as Warroad takes a 2-1 lead in this matchup tonight. And we bring our intermission report tonight courtesy of High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. High Plains Water, get ready to have great water if you're remodeling or building new. You're not finished until you have a system from High Plains Water. No more scaly buildup around those fixtures. You're talking about better tasting water right out of the tap. Softer skin with better showers and cleaner laundry with less detergent. Appliances that last longer. It all adds up to saving you money. High Plains Water. Find them at highplainswater.com or on Gateway in Grand Forks. And our intermission report tonight brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine. They are the Men of Steel, and they're ready to help you with those projects to get you ready for planting season or agricultural season 2024. Get those grab rollers reconditioned. Make sure those chisels are sharpened and those discs reconditioned as well, so you can get at the work that Mother Nature is going to give you a chance to get at a little bit early this year. Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, bringing you our intermission report tonight. Let's take a look at some of the highlights that we had in the opening period with our Proceed highlights. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. It gets started with a 2-on-1 odd man rush on the power play. Carson Pilgrim setting this up, and Broden Hotbit would come in for a score that was initially waved off by an official, but in the long run ends up being a goal. However, East Grand Forks strikes back, and here we see a long-range wrister from Grady Magner, who comes up with the opening goal tonight for East Grand Forks. However, later in the period, another power play opportunity, 2 men around it. Murray Marvin Cordes ends up sneaking one through, going 5-hole for the winner on that one, and those are your intermission highlights tonight, and they're brought to you by Proceed. If you need seed, think Proceed, Proceed.net. Goals for Broden Hotbit on the power play, assisted by Murray Marvin Cordes at 4:23 of the second period. Grady Magner with the goal, assisted by Nolan Mellebrook at 7:25 of the second. Tied it up for the Green Wave, and Murray Marvin Cordes from Carson Pilgrim on the man advantage at 15:32. And that is your scoring summary. It is a 2-1 lead in favor of in favor of Warroad over East Grand Forks. We have our intermission report continuing, and we'll come back with more on it in just a couple of moments. We invite you to stay with us here as we continue with our intermission report tonight from the Gardens here in Warroad. We're after 2. It's Warroad 2 and East Grand Forks 1 in the Section 8 tournament final. This is our coverage of high school hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Hi Grand Forks, it's Monique Lamoureux, retired Olympic champion and your newest real estate agent with RE/MAX Grand and proud supporter of high school athletics. I'm bringing the gold standard to your buying and selling journey. Call me today at 218-779-0610 or find me at mygrandrealty.com.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
Need seed? Think Proseed. Proseed.net.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
S&T Quick Stop in Thompson is the stop you need at the end of your day. From the groceries you may have left behind to the products you need to keep running, S&T Quick Stop is your best stop. Find us on the west edge of Thompson.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersales.com.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
If you've got an electrical emergency, call RBB Electric. We are your 24/7 electrician. Your call will always be answered by an RBB employee ready to help 24/7. RBB Electric is on time every time. Your time is valuable, and we don't waste it. RBB Electric always calls ahead to schedule service. We are online always. If you suffer from slow download speeds, call our certified network designers and installers. On call, on time, and online. RBB Electric won't leave you in the dark. RBB Electric, your 24/7 electricians.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. Ryan Cunningham, Sean Ford with you here this evening. The place is still absolutely packed here tonight at the Garden at Warroad. We've had great groups of cheerleaders on the ice so far this evening, 2 bands that are here. They were expecting 3,000 in attendance tonight, and they've seen an incredible Section 8 high school hockey final. It's 2-1 in favor of Warroad as we make our way into the third period of this one tonight. Our intermission report this evening has been brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. Our big thank you to our premier sports partners throughout the course of the season for bringing you our coverage of high school sports tonight. Ryan Cunningham, Sean Ford with you. Sean's giving you a look right now of what that crowd looks like. And, boy, we don't get to see them like this very often. And they're full out in the mezzanine, Sean. That's the thing, is that as we get ready to go, what we don't see in the crowd are all the people that are out in the mezzanine right now waiting to file their way back into this one.
Yep. A lot still standing at the concession stand. This has really been a terrific experience here at the Gardens tonight.
So now we see what East Grand Forks will do to adjust coming up here in the third period. What do you expect to see, Sean?
We're not done with goals yet, Ryan. We're going to get 1 or 2 more anyway, and I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see overtime.
So we'll see if that is the case, in fact, tonight as we get ready to go to period number 3. 2 goals on the power play so far for Warroad this evening. East Grand Forks scoring at even strength, but right now it is a 2-1 lead for Warroad on those 2 power play goals so far tonight. Puck going deep into the Warroad zone. Tucker Lovejoy giving chase with Ryan Lund playing into his back pocket in the right corner of the Warroad zone. Green Wave tried to come up and set up shop. Murray Marvin Cordes will pick it away. Comes up into the neutral zone with Tavin James on his left and sent one in from long range. Goes loose in the corner. James picks it up, turns and fires it back towards the net. Broden Honfin, who scored the first goal of the night for Warroad, has it back behind the Green Wave net. Tried to wrap around. Rockstead will stop that, and he'll hold for the whistle. 36 seconds into the third period of play.
Green Wave cannot be allowing that kind of thing to happen. He got around behind the net all by himself.
Had a lot of
And
time to think
he
about what his
did.
options were going to be.
He
Absolutely.
did. If Warroad had gotten anybody in the high slot, that could have been a disaster for the Green Wave.
They'll draw to the left of Ryan Rockstead in the East Grand Forks zone. They put it down. Puck goes to Nick Corbett in the far corner. He tries to play it out to Panzer, and this will float back into the neutral zone. Carson Pilgrim's back after it for Warroad. He'll come back to Broden Hontvit on the near side. Hontvit coming up into the offensive end, drives one wide of the net. That'll be icing against the Warriors. And we'll head back into the Warroad zone for a draw with Warroad leading 2-1 on the Ultra scoreboard.
And this is exactly what East Grand Forks needs here, Ryan. Some attacking zone faceoffs. They do very well on these. And Grady Magner scored off one of them. So
their latest goal, their only goal so far tonight, off of the offensive zone draw, and they were able to get Magner loose from the point to pick up a shot. Tavin James comes up with control this time for Warroad. Played back to the neutral zone by Marvin Cordes, who gets on the rush against Cole Beast back in the left corner. They'll play it back to Tavin James. James looking back towards the point, instead turns it back behind the net. Cole Beast is back to it for East Grand Forks. Panzer tries to wave it out. It was held on the point, comes back to Nolan Bellabrook for East Grand Forks, 3-on-3 for the Green Wave the other way. Mellabrook turning it back to the high slot. Puck was broken up and sent back to the Warroad line where it's picked up by Marvin Cordes. He'll come up, leaving it back behind him for Pilgrim, who attacks the high slot. Down to the doorstep on a backhanded pass for Marvin Cordes, and it ends up being just a bit long. Played back into the neutral zone. The Green Wave trying to get over with Landon Jameson controlling off the left wall. He'll turn this back into the Warroad end, and it's picked off by Carson Pilgrim in the far side circle. Warroad's in the midst of a change. Shagabe trying to play this back to the neutral zone. He went looking for Dominic Anthony. Green Wave play it back for a rushing Hunter Barneson. He didn't get a piece. This will be icing. And we're headed back into the Green Wave zone for a draw. Our draw is brought to you tonight by S&T Quick Stop. They're your Quick Stop in Thompson on the way back to Grand Forks on Highway 15. If you need to take control of your night back, Wingman Pizzas, great food specials, full grocery line, and it's quicker to make that stop in Thompson than fighting your way down to the retail districts in Grand Forks after you get home. Take control of your night once again with S&T Quick Stop in Thompson on Highway 15. Green Wave with control. The puck back behind their own net, down by a score of 2-1. Ryan Lund holding his ground on the right point of the Green Wave zone. It's turned loose into the East Grand Forks end, and Grady Magner comes out with it for the Green Wave. Magner taking a look out of the corner, left it behind, and it was picked away on the near side for the Warriors by Dominic Anthony. Anthony turns it back into the Green Wave end. Cullen Schmaltz on the retreat for the Green Wave, plays it up along the near side wall. This breaks out to center. Schmaltz will go back over and pick it up on the right. He drives ahead of some pressure coming from Anthony. Then Anthony gets it back after a poke check from Damon Scample. Turned it loose. Green Wave back to it in the neutral zone. Van Epps steps up in the offensive end. Tried to play a pass back to Cooper Hills. Broken up, and Drayden Johnson carries it back into his own end for Warroad. Works back into the neutral zone and dumped back in. Held down for the Green Wave by Judd Pesh. And they'll go off on a change as Sam Hard comes out for control of the puck for Warroad. Long rush off the right side. No icing here. Rockstead getting back behind his own net to touch it up after Peyton Sunderland sent it deep for Warroad. Let's come back into the neutral zone. Brock Schultz coming up, and an offside call coming up against the Green Wave. Or is there a penalty? And there's going to be a penalty against East Grand Forks. Here comes another power play for Warroad. They're going to lose the services of Judd Pesh for slashing. Time of the penalty will be at 3:03 of the third period, and here comes the third power play tonight for Warroad, with the Warriors leading by a score of 2-1. Judd Pesh goes off for slashing, and we get started with another RBB Electric power play brought to you by RBB Electric. On call, on time, online, rbbelectric.com. We'll see Lund on the high slot for Carson Pilgrim, backing his way to the left circle. Back to Ryan Lund on the high slot, sweeping right side, crossing pass, broken up by the Green Wave. Pilgrim will go back into his neutral zone and pick it up with Lund back on the Warroad line to restart the rush. Lund will step up into the offensive end. Pilgrim coming in behind the play. It's turned back to the right point for Dominic Anthony. This will be immediately cleared by East Grand Forks. Anthony is the fourth forward out there, along with their first line of James, Pilgrim, and Marvin Cordes on this power play unit. 1:20 left to go on the power play as Warroad starts back up ice. Marvin Cordes on the right side drives his way down into the corner, rings back towards the left corner, turns it back to Carson Pilgrim on the left point. Pilgrim, high slot, lots of traffic, fires, and a quick snipe made on that shot. Coming in, Ryan Rockstead with a glove save on the wrister from Pilgrim.
And he saw it all the way, Ryan. There was, again, nobody in front of him, and he was able to pick that off pretty easily.
1:08 left on the power play. We'll draw in the East Grand Forks zone to the right of Rockstead. They put it down. Puck goes loose to the circle, and it's taken off by Cole Beast, so we'll ring it back to the left. And this will find its way around Pilgrim on a clearing play from Landon Jamison. Brock Schultz puts on a little shorthanded pressure just to bracket Ryan Lund behind the net. Lund will turn it back to Pilgrim. And now Pilgrim surveys his breakout options. Comes back to Marvin Cordes on the right. It's a good option. Into a 3-on-2. Marvin Cordes got turned around on the circle. Finds Hotbit in the right corner. Steep angled shot. Could have been a pass. Comes back towards Pilgrim on the near side. Broken up by Schultz. That'll be cleared for the Green Wave again.
Solid PK right here for the Green Wave, Ryan.
Yeah, not really much of an opportunity as of yet, except for the shot by Pilgrim, which was from distance, a good one, but from distance, and the Green Wave have cleaned it up since then. Tavin James up ice, 3-on-3, wrister wide of the net. Pilgrim looking for the loose puck as it rims off the wall. Comes back on the left wing, but turned back into the corner. Magner's back there. Gets held up, but Nick Corbett will play it out for the Green Wave and clears again. This one comes on net with 9 seconds left to go on the power play, and can the Green Wave get a stop after Warroad scored on 2 consecutive power plays to start the night on special teams? They will. The power play's over. East Grand Forks able to hold against Warroad's power play for the first time tonight. Green Wave still trailing by a score of 2-1. Breakout Mellebrook. He's got a step. Mellebrook got hooked from behind, and we're going to see a penalty coming up against Warroad. There are some in the Green Wave crowd that are looking for a penalty shot.
Yeah, they want that penalty shot, Carl. I got a fan right in front here making the call.
It'll be a hooking call against Warroad, and this is going to go against, I believe, Hardwick. Hardwick, rather. Yeah, Will Hardwick will pick up the call. So Will Hardwick will go in for hooking. The time of the penalty will be at 5 minutes and 19 seconds of the third period. And so now the Green Wave, their second chance with the man advantage tonight. The net came off its moorings, and they are struggling to get it back where it needs to go.
As far as the penalty shot goes, Ryan, the shooter has to be in cleanly, and he was not.
No, I wouldn't root for the penalty shot there either. It was actually, if you really think it through, a pretty good penalty for Hardwick to take. You're about to give Mellebrook a chance by himself, and get out there, hook the stick, pull it back, and give your team a chance on the PK.
Yeah, I mean, Mellebrook did a good job to slide past Hardwick, but he was never in cleanly.
So a power play for East Grand Forks. The Green Wave down 2-1 to Warroad. And East Grand Forks is looking for something to even up this game after Warroad scored twice on the man advantage tonight. Jamison will turn it back into his own end, and Grady Magner will work his way back up through the neutral zone for the Green Wave. Magner off to the left. Cullen Schmaltz drives one in. Norris will turn it aside, and Magner picks it up back behind the Warroad net. Right side, Panzer. Steep angle. Put it in front. Norris gave up a rebound, but it's swept away by Broden Hontvit. He'll turn it back off to the far wall. Jamison steps up, drives one in wide. Loose puck back towards the right point. Magner holds the zone. Turns it back down the corner. Panzer trying to step through a hit. Out on top, Brock Schultz picked that away before it could get back into the neutral end. Back to Jamison, and now Schultz, high slot. Right side, Magner. Wrister blocked. Stepping out was Hontvit. He's played a whale of a game tonight for Warroad. Schultz, left side, Jamison. Circle, he scores! Landon Jamison will score on the power play for East Grand Forks to tie the game at 2. Time of the goal will be at 6 minutes, 12 seconds for Jamison on the power play. The Green Wave get one back as we take a look at it on the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. Pass to Jamison. Comes in right here. Schultz, little back pedal to Jamison. That step to his right opened up the lane for Jamison to score from the far circle. And Jamison ties the game at 2 for East Grand Forks.
And that time the Green Wave got Warroad running around in their own end. And it paid off for him. Great power play there for the Green Wave.
Get the official scoring on the goal coming up here in a couple of moments, but it is Jamison on the goal, we would think. And the next one becomes the important one now. Game tied at 2 in the waning stages of the game. Still midway third period. The Green Wave back up in the offensive end with control of the puck. And Beast trying to drive one down to the corner. This is turned back out. We're going to see a whistle. And I'm not sure what the call will be here. Did we see a hand pass?
It may be offside.
I believe they've got Beast on an assist and Magner on an assist on Jamison's goal, if I heard correctly. So it's Jamison from Beast and Magner at 6-12. I believe that's going to be wrong, though. That's going to be Brock Schultz that will get that second assist, or that first one.
Yeah, they will probably change that.
I would think that they would.
Yeah.
It wasn't offside. It was something against Warroad that leads us back to the draw here. And the Green Wave get a shot through traffic that's kicked aside by Norris. And a rebounded shot. Tucker Lovejoy comes back from a steep angle on the left. That will whiz back to the near side wall. 2-2 Warroad, East Grand Forks, a masterpiece of high school hockey tonight up in Warroad. We'll see another stoppage and a draw coming up back in the Warroad end after an icing call.
I'm sensing a shift in momentum, Ryan. I don't know about you.
East Grand Forks has been all around changing momentum a couple of times tonight. They just haven't been able to find pay dirt to do it. Maybe that latest goal was something that would give them the opportunity to. We'll see another draw, and this one comes back out to the point. It's sent into traffic, and a shot that came from Beast that was redirected in the right by Jace Forey nearly went in. Loose puck to Brock Schultz, high slot. He'll turn it back to the corner. Lovejoy trying to play it back to the point. Instead sends it back to Forey behind the net. This goes loose. Lund trying to get there, but Schultz beat him to the spot. Schultz will turn it out to the point. Shot driven in. Norris will steer that away, and we'll see an icing call, or correction, a puck out of play, and a draw coming up in the Warroad zone.
And the Green Wave are getting exactly what they need, Ryan. A lot of attacking zone faceoffs. And they are very good at these set pieces inside the attacking zone.
They've been good on those tonight, and it's given them some opportunities at times, as we'll see a draw to the right of Ben Norris. Another shot that comes in off the draw. It flops up in the air. Whistle to score! East Grand Forks picking up a rebounded puck, and they'll score 5-hole on Ben Norris to take their first lead tonight. It'll be Jace Van Epps that comes up with a goal.
And there it is again, off another attacking zone faceoff. They get some pressure, and they're able to take advantage of it.
Time of the goal at 7:19 of the third. Let's take a look at the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay as Sean Ford called it off the draw, and the puck will come back behind the net. There was a bobble there, and then a second effort just falling away from the net for Van Epps to score it. And East Grand Forks has their first lead tonight. It's 3-2 in favor of the Green Wave in the Section 8 final. Jamison coming around the net with the puck now for the Green Wave, still up in the Warroad zone. It's turned back out into the neutral zone. Loose puck picked up there for the Green Wave by Cole Beast along the red line. He'll dump it in as we await the official scoring on the goal. Hontvit will pitch it off the far side glass for the Warriors. Panzer trying to hold the zone, and this will be sent back in behind the Warroad net. Picked up there for the Warriors by Thomas Grappentine. We'll get the official scoring. It is Chase Van Epps that picks up the goal for the Green Wave. And the assist will come from Grady Magner. Here's another opportunity for Millibrook coming up with a great play from Ben Norris. Barnson will pick up an assist on Van Epps' goal as well. It's Van Epps from Magner and Barnson, even strength at 7:19. And that makes it a 3-2 lead for East Grand Forks on our All-True scoreboard. And we'll see how the Warriors adjust to playing from behind. East Grand Forks has not led until this moment tonight. Ryan Lund stepping up to the neutral zone, absorbs a hit, and gets offside as he was about to form up a 3-on-1 odd man rush for Warroad. We'll see a draw coming out on the East Grand Forks line.
The key now for the Green Wave, Ryan, stay out of the penalty box. Warroad has done not much 5-on-5.
Yeah, you're not wrong in that situation. They've had some opportunities. They haven't scored, obviously, 5-on-5. And you would want to stay out of the penalty box for the lead no matter what, but certainly against this team, when they can put a very lethal power play on the ice, they're 2 for 3 in that category tonight. Corbett for the Green Wave coming up into the offensive end off the draw, put in on Norris. He surrenders a rebound. Van Epps very quickly scatters out of the way. And we'll see a draw coming up in the Warroad zone with 8:20. Correction, we didn't get our clock stopped for you. I apologize, folks. We'll sync that up for you. 8:25 left. We'll get that synced up for you.
Another attacking zone faceoff for the Green Wave.
These have been big. The Green Wave have really made some things happen. Obviously, Tyler Palmasino putting in some things off the draw to try to take advantage of the opportunity that offensive zone opportunity presents for itself.
Oh, boy.
We got another penalty coming up here. And just as soon as you had said stay out of the box, we're going to see another penalty against East Grand Forks.
Maybe, yep. Their box is open.
And Van Epps, who just scored the goal, is going to find his way out of the game. And the officials are talking about this one. Are we going to have an all-you-can-eat buffet? Time of the penalty is going to be at 8:46. Van Epps. It could be a boarding call because it was along the wall here. 3 Warriors are over there. Listening to the call, this is going to be a 5-minute boarding major against Van Epps.
Oh, wow.
The all-you-can-eat power play coming up here for Warroad.
Well, East Grand Forks is going to have to come up with the same kind of penalty kill they had on the last Warroad power play, but it's a big ask against this team to hold them off
For 5 minutes. Yeah, this is going to be a huge, huge thing. If the Green Wave kill it, you're down to 3 minutes and change left to go in the game. If the Green Wave don't kill it, Warroad ties, takes the lead, and continues with a man advantage. And some of the Warroad crowd just realized this is going to be a major penalty. And there really aren't a whole lot of boo birds coming out here from the East Grand Forks side of things. And so the major penalty against Jace Van Epps for boarding, who just scored the goal to put the Green Wave up. This will give Warroad the opportunity to go on the man advantage for 5 straight, and they can score all they wish. Pilgrim back in his own end, turning it back up to Marvin Cordes, right side, Honfit, and he'll spin it back down to the Green Wave end, and this is going to have to be a very active penalty kill for East Grand Forks. And here comes Brock Schultz, stride for stride with Carson Pilgrim, trying to bake up a play. Ryan Lund steps up in the offensive end, works towards the corner, had a shot that got blocked, and the Green Wave will clear.
Good start. Good start to the PK.
You got 10 rounds on a major penalty every 30 seconds, right? The first 30 seconds are down. And here comes Warroad back the other way. Marvin Cordes stretching out towards the right. He's got James on his left. Finds James. High slot who found on a wrister. Got one in on the backside, but Rockstead stayed with it and was able to kick that back in the corner. And now the battle for control will happen in that left corner of the Green Wave zone. It works back out to the point. Pilgrim coming off towards the right side. He turns it to Lund, and Lund will go to Honfit right circle. Shot from a steep angle, blocked. Corbett got down to block it. Varnson tries to turn it away. It's deflected up in the air. A wave at it. Back off to Honfit on the high slot near the line. This will be sent back in to the Green Wave zone. Marvin Cordes over, looking to pick it up out of the corner. Corbett had a chance, circled towards it, but Marvin Cordes was there. It brings it back out to the line. Does Marvin Cordes then knocked loose? This will be played up the ice by Grady Magner for East Grand Forks, and we're down to 3.5 minutes left to go on the major penalty against Jace Van Epps.
Warroad taking their time trying to set something up in East Grand.
Another turnover in the neutral zone. Landon Jameson tried to play it up the ice. It goes loose. Ryan Lund coming up, got hit from behind. Warroad crowd wants a penalty. It does not appear that a penalty is going to be called in that situation. Clock down to 3 minutes left on the power play. And another clear by East Grand Forks. Puck on an edge and rolling back to the far corner. Time winding down in the third. We're down to 6:10 to play, third period. 2:50 left to go on the power play for Warroad. Sam Hard coming up into the offensive end for the Warriors. Looking near side, found Ryan Shagabe. Shagabe got turned around, puck knocked loose by Barnson, drifts back into the Warroad zone again. Puck over to the left where Dominic Anthony will pick it up for Warroad. He plays around Tucker Lovejoy. Comes up with a rush left side. Dangled around a defender. Took 2 hits. Loose puck picked up by Cole Beast. And Beast plays it out. He had Lovejoy rushing in short-handed. Ends up missing him on a stretch pass. And the puck will go loose back behind the Warroad net. Hard is there for the Warriors, down to 2:20 left to go on the man advantage. Warroad on a 5-minute power play after a major penalty called against Jace Van Epps for boarding. And the puck comes up into the Green Wave end, stolen by Schultz. He tries to ring it out. It hit the top of the Dashers and comes down right along the East Grand Forks line. Pilgrim steps back in his own end, being chased by Jameson fronted. Pilgrim ends up waving up in the offensive end for Honfit. Honfit steps away 2-on-1 with Tavin James. Honfit hit from behind. Warroad crowd stands up, wants another penalty call. They're not going to get it. Loose puck back to the right. Marvin Cordes to Pilgrim. Pilgrim trying to set up a wrist shot. High slot, went wide of the net. Down to 1:40 left to go on the power play for Warroad. Puck loose in the left corner. Taken by Honfit off the edge of the circle. He drifts back out towards the point. Steps back into the corner, looking for Marvin Cordes. Back to Honfit. High slot, Ryan Lund. Lund loads up, fires. That one went wide of the net. A look that time by Rockstead. He didn't catch up with the puck. It was by him. Loose puck to Cole Beast. He tries to play it out, and it gets back to the point where Ryan Lund, with a mad dash, holds the offensive zone for Warroad. Puck down low. Honfit coming out. High slot. Pilgrim a shot. Rockstead took it off the chest. Point blank into the chest of Rockstead. Loose puck again, Honfit. Ryan Lund, high slot. Back to Honfit's circle. Fires. Rockstead sits on it and makes the stop with 1 minute and 3 seconds left officially on the power play for Warroad.
Well, your most important penalty killer is your goalkeeper, and Rockstead held the fort right there. A couple of nice saves.
And the Green Wave did a nice job of disrupting some pucks, and we're going to see a timeout taken by East Grand Forks. This will be a timeout that will be taken for the Green Wave, I believe. They may have indicated Warroad timeout here. Let's wait and see who took it.
I think Warroad took the timeout.
I think they did. I would have assumed that East Grand Forks was going to take the timeout to rest their best penalty kill
exactly
and bring it on the ice. But I think Warroad's trying to set up a play here. And, Sean, you don't suppose down 1, 4-16?
No, I know what you're thinking. No.
I'm used to calling games with Ryan Kuntz, and Ryan's down in Florida watching this matchup right now. And I give you some assurances that right now Ryan Kuntz is thinking about pulling the goalie.
Yeah, he may be thinking about it, but I don't think he's going to do it. Not this early. I think he is trying to set up some kind of a play. The problem is East Grand Forks has been winning the majority of the faceoffs. So
1 minute, 3 seconds left to kill for the Green Wave. And like we mentioned, if Warroad doesn't get one on this major penalty, you're down to 3 minutes left to go in the game.
And the momentum takes a gigantic turn at that point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, East Grand Forks had momentum going into that major. If they kill it off, they get that momentum right back.
Absolutely. So the timeout taken by Warroad, 4:16 left officially. 1 minute, 3 seconds left on the power play officially, and we'll draw in the Green Wave zone. Timeouts brought to you tonight by Apex Apparel, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store in Grand Forks, and brought to you tonight as well by S&T Quick Stop, that Quick Stop in Thompson on the way back to Grand Forks on Highway 15. So out of the timeout, we'll draw on the East Grand Forks end. Landon Jamison will go up against Murray Marvin Cordes. Ryan Lund will take it on the point. Looks down to Hontvit, edge of the right circle. Hontvit turning, trying to spin his way into the corner, being chased by Grady Magner. Hontvit steps back out, drops it off for Lund, driving in, crossing, pass down to the doorstep, open net score for Murray Marvin Cordes, and that will tie the game. Unbelievable play that is set up, and it's set up by Ryan Lund, who makes the pass, and Murray Marvin Cordes had a nearly open net to shoot at. The American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. This is Lund on the wall that steps in to take control of the puck. Here's the play they drew up. Back to the near side, and you can see the net wide open for Marvin Cordes to flush that one in, and we are even, and the power play will continue. Again, this is all you can eat. Time of the goal will be at 12 minutes and 59 seconds, and so the power play continues. 40 more seconds for the Warriors to try to score the goal-ahead goal. Marvin Cordes comes up with his second goal tonight. And this will be Broden Hontvit that picks up an assist, and also Ryan Lund picks up the assist as well. Great play. And so the Green Wave, now they get tripped up, and the Green Wave are going to end up going on a power play on a trip on the near side that will bring us down to 4-on-4 skating for a moment, and then it will be East Grand Forks going on the power play.
Yeah, clear trip on that one, Ryan. No doubt about that as the Warroad penalty gate opens up.
13:25 on a tripping call against Tavin James for Warroad. So we'll turn off the power play for Warroad. It will be 4-on-4 skating for the moment. And then the Green Wave will end up with about a minute and a half of power play time. On the end of this, the Green Wave win the draw. It'll come back out of the neutral zone, and Magner sends this down into his own end, where a rush comes in from behind by Will Hardwick. Magner ends up picking it up from Nick Corbett, and Corbett back behind his own net. Corbett will stop in the far corner, bounces one off the wall. Magner comes back towards the near side, taking a look, steps back to center ice, ends up missing his spot with Corbett, but picks up a puck. And now the Green Wave go on the power play with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go. East Grand Forks will find their way to the man advantage. 3 minutes, 5 seconds remaining in the game. In a 3-3 tie between Warroad and East Grand Forks for the Section 8 title. Back in his own end is Brock Schultz. He'll turn it back to Grady Magner. Magner and Schultz, those are two men that can make something happen here, and you know that those are the guys the Green Wave would like to do it. Near side, Landon Jamison. It works back into the corner for Magner. Magner circling back out towards the right wall. Takes a look, high slot, Schultz. Wrister fires, it's off the end wall, just wide of the net. Back to Magner again. Schultz winding up for a one-timer, didn't get it. And the loose puck to Ryan Lund, who will play it out to Carson Pilgrim. Here comes Pilgrim, shorthanded, fires. Rockstead, let it slip through. No goal is the call. Rockstead reaches back and snares one before it drifts across the goal line.
Oh, boy, that was scary.
It got through, it went behind him, it was back to the goal line, and Rockstead dove behind him to put a glove over that puck.
That's what Ryan Rockstead sees all of his young life pass before his eyes right there. Because that puck was rolling right to the net.
50 seconds left of the power play for East Grand Forks, and 2:25 remaining in the game. We'll draw on the East Grand Forks end. Brock Schultz versus Murray Marvin Cordes. The Green Wave, as we mentioned, remain on the power play. Carson Pilgrim holding up the game momentarily for a conversation with the official. Now it's actually Pilgrim that will step in to take the draw for Warroad. They'll draw to the left, and now Pilgrim's going to get thrown off the dot after all of that. And Brock Schultz will step back and reset himself. Now they address the dot. Marvin Cordes playing to draw off the far side, and it's Cole Beast that picks it up for East Grand Forks and turns it back behind his own net. Marvin Cordes is over to get this. Murray Marvin Cordes with 2 goals tonight for Warroad, including the game-tying goal a moment ago on the power play. 35 seconds left of the power play as the Green Wave make their way back up into the neutral zone. Corbett getting stopped. Carson Pilgrim backhands it off the far wall. Loose puck to Landon Jamison on the far edge. He'll come back to the near side. Schultz was trying to put a glove back on his hand. He pulled in that pass one-handed. And now Schultz will bring it up with 20 seconds left to go on the man advantage. He'll drop to Jamison, and Schultz goes off on the end of a shift. I'm not sure about that. I don't know if you want to take Schultz off in that situation. Clock down to 1:45, 10 seconds left to go on the power play. The Green Wave with a chance to get it back up in the zone if they hurry before the end of the power play. Corbett trying to reach out left side, steps up into the offensive end, and Warroad back to full strength. So the power play is now over for East Grand Forks, and we've got 1:25 left of regulation and a tie matchup at 3 apiece. Puck right side, taken up. Cooper Hills looking to play it back to Jameson high slot. Rubbed off the spot by Tavin James for Warroad. James played it out to the line, out in front. Van Epps had a chance, had a shot deflected up into the webbing. We'll see a draw with 1:13 officially remaining in the Warroad zone.
East Grand Forks seemed extremely tentative on that power play. They didn't really seem like they wanted to rush the line that much that time.
Not sure if they didn't have the right personnel against them.
That could be.
So we'll see a draw coming up in Warroad zone to the left of Ben Norris. Next goal wins it. 4-3 would be the final. It's 1:13 left, but we're pretty much looking at the next one being the winner here. Somebody goes to the state tournament on the next goal, most likely. Landon Jamison looking to win a draw. It comes back to a steep angled shot from Jace Forey off the side of the net. Tavin James trying to clear it. It works back out to Judd Pesh on the right point for East Grand Forks. Pesh will put it back behind the net. Forey got held up. Ryan Lund comes over. We're inside the final minute of play. Jamison holding the offensive end. Loose. Carson Pilgrim will pick it up off the wall. Pilgrim stepping away from pressure, centering back out towards the middle of the ice. Now feathers a pass for Ryan Lund on the right side wall. He rushes against Magner. Wrist shot knocked down, and Rockstead will reach out and cover this up. We're down to 40 seconds in regulation.
Oh, the Green Wave need to win this face-off more than they've needed to win any face-off tonight.
The first meeting this season in Thief River Falls had a final score of 4-3 in overtime. Much like this one, East Grand Forks led late. Quick shot by Hontman, got broke. Off to the near side, Pilgrim. He'll turn it back towards the right. It's off the far wall. Picked up by Grady Magner for the Green Wave. He flips it up the ice. Lund got a piece of this. Norris will have to jab it over into the corner. Forey comes off the wall to play it towards the net. This will bound wide of Ben Norris's glove. Loose to the point. Sent back in by Magner. Picked off there by Carson Pilgrim. He plays it out to Tavin James. There's 15 seconds left in regulation. Crosser goes wide. Lund picks it up on the right point. 10 seconds. Plays it down towards the circle. Broken up. 5 seconds. Comes back to the near wall. Forey comes up the ice to center for Jamison. Jamison gets a shot away at the horn. And guess what, everybody? Regulation was not enough to decide this one tonight. Yeah, you called it, Sean. We're going OT.
You knew there were more goals left. And there was no way this was going to finish in regulation. Not the way this has been played tonight.
So we're going to head to overtime. We'll take a pause, and we will come back and get ready with the extra frame in just a couple of moments, so do stay with us. This is our coverage of Section 8 tournament hockey on the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports. Overtime's next.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need for anything sports. Stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Will Rich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
We will go to overtime in this one tonight. After 3 periods of play, no one could win it. 3-3 your score. East Grand Forks led 3-2. A power play goal on a 5-minute major penalty against the man who scored the go-ahead goal for East Grand Forks, Jace Van Epps, ends up leading to a power play opportunity for the Warriors of Warroad to take the lead, or actually turn the lead around and turn it back into a tie matchup. We'll take a look at that play again as we make our way to intermission tonight. And we'll do that with our Proceed replay. Need seed? Think Proceed, proceed.net. And here's the play. And you'll see the net come wide open as Ryan Lund steps in after the Warroad timeout. Off the right wall, pass across, net wide open. Just a breakdown there for Ryan Rockstead, perhaps having to come out and challenge that play off the right side. You need seed? Think Proceed, proceed.net. So now, extra time in this one tonight. Shots on goal are 25-20 in favor of East Grand Forks. In favor of Warroad. And so now we'll get ready for the start of the overtime frame. Sudden death, first one to score is going to the state tournament.
And it wouldn't have it any other way, Ryan. Wouldn't have it any other way. What a great game by these two teams. However, Warroad's 3 goals have all come on the power play.
They have. You're right about that. And you had just mentioned that as well. I think a lot of people understood it even before you said it. But the one thing you can't do if you're East Grand Forks is take that penalty. And they took a 5-minute major penalty and still nearly killed it.
They almost killed it off.
So we go to overtime. First one to score wins tonight. Brock Schultz will take the draw against Carson Pilgrim. This is where whole lives worth of work in hockey are decided in one fell swoop, one shot somewhere. Kids that have been dreaming of going to state tournament their entire years in hockey since they were a termite. It comes into play here. Here's a shot that Rockstead pitches up into the air, a collision, and this is going to be thrown by Brock Schultz. Be a clear hand pass. Warroad's going to go back and get it, so they'll wave off the hand pass. Not a bad play at the end of all that. Will Hardwick coming up the ice, has one chipped away. Loose puck picked up off the right by Tucker Lovejoy. Schultz tries to play it in. It's deflected, comes back out in the neutral zone. Held up there by Judd Pesch for East Grand Forks. Now Jamison gets a piece, and Jamison will swipe this back up into the offensive end. Lovejoy rushing on the weak side against Will Hardwick. We're in overtime, a 7:20 to go. It's 3-3 with a chance to go to state of the line for these two teams in the Section 8 hockey tournament. Puck to the right side. Murray Marvin Cordes out of the corner. It's turned back through the neutral zone. This should be icing against East Grand Forks, and we'll draw coming up in the Green Wave end with 7:08 to play in our first overtime.
Okay, Ryan, pick your score for each team.
That's tough. I mean, I would feel like Murray Marvin Cordes has the hot hand tonight for Warroad. I'd go there. East Grand Forks, Landon Jamison is a guy that I think has been all around it tonight and just hasn't been rewarded yet, but it could be anybody. There's a lot of good hockey players on these teams. Here comes Van Epps off the right for East Grand Forks, coming to a stop, firing in a weak shot on Ben Norris, and Norris will cover that up, and we'll draw coming up in the Warroad zone with 1:02 gone and 6:58 to go.
Brock Schultz or Ryan Lund?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that.
Those are my picks.
I don't know that anybody's not going to be convinced in that situation, right? if you saw the power play clock, for those of you that are watching tonight, that's just a little bit of a, I guess, a boo-boo, you could say, coming out of the overtime situation, a bug in the system, if you will. No power play right now for either team. Corbett off the near side, playing up into the neutral zone, and perhaps offside going to be the call here for Warroad?
I think it might have gotten up onto the bench. No, it is offside. No, yeah. Yeah, the shot got up onto the bench, so it was out of play.
So the Green Wave trying to play it up, ended up throwing it up into the Warroad bench, and so we'll see a draw coming up in the Green Wave zone. A minute 15 gone by in this one. We draw again in the Green Wave zone. East Grand Forks trying to get the puck. They do. Nick Corbett back behind his own net, backhands it off the far wall. Dominic Anthony picks it up for Warroad, rushes in, looking to wrap around, plays it out in front. There was a chance for a one-timer for Ryan Shagabe, and it went just wide. Puck back out in the neutral zone. Lund trying to hold it down just beyond the line. Turns it back towards Shagabe on the left. Big hit out at center. Shagabe picks it up, down numbers, a stop, a pull around, another pull to the bottom of the circle. Played it back towards center, and Landon Jamieson took it away for East Grand Forks. Here comes Jamieson with a backhander off the wall. Looking to gain the offensive end, does. Steep angled shot, hit the side of the net, or Ben Norris on a blocker. Loose puck comes back out left side to Damon Skeppel, who turns it up into the neutral zone. It went loose. Jamieson back to it. Shagabe gets the loose puck, however. He finds Broden Hotvit coming up into the offensive end for Warroad. We're 2 minutes into overtime and then some. Hotvit looking, jabbed away from him by Grady Magner. Hotvit coming back towards the near wall, looks back towards the corner, flips it back behind the net for Carson Pilgrim, who comes out to the right. Pilgrim retreating on a back skate towards the high slot. Wrister blocked. Loose puck to Jamieson, 2-on-2 up the ice with Forey. Jamieson being hit from behind by Marvin Cordes. Got away, backhander down, Norris knocked it away. Loose puck back out to the point. Good attack for Jamieson. The Green Wave have to get back on side as this one leaks back out to the neutral zone.
Great
off the near side. Jamieson bring it down, and he created that mostly by himself in that situation. Tavin James off the left wall for Warroad. Turns us back into the neutral zone. This will bound up on an edge and roll past Judd Pesh. Pesh will go back into his own end for East Grand Forks. Finds Magner waiting on the near side wall. Van Epps taking a look. Plays out to neutral. Cooper Hills with a pull. Back to Van Epps on the left side. Van Epps looking. Plays out in front. Norris got hit. And Van Epps, or I should say rather, I believe that it's, is it Barnson? No, it's Hills that's in the Warroad net. And you don't score goals for getting into the net with your body. You have to put the puck there, so as I understand it.
East Grand Forks wanted an interference penalty there, but didn't get the call on it.
Could have went either way.
However,
there's about a goalie interference in there somewhere too. So
they will get an attacking zone faceoff.
Yeah, they've been good on the offensive zone draws tonight. And we'll have another one. Brock Schultz reported to the dot against Carson Pilgrim. Overtime, Pilgrim taking a couple of steps in. They're going to give him an opportunity to take this third time's the charm here. 2 strikes on an 0-2 count. He's able to win the draw. Comes back left side to Sam Hard. Hard off the wall to Tavin James, who ends up overskating it. Comes back to the line for Hard, looking in, launches. Rockstead knocks that down, leaves it out in front, and then paddles it back to the left corner where Nick Corbett will pick it up for East Grand Forks. He comes out of the neutral zone for Jamieson. Jamieson will push this back into the Warroad zone, no icing, and Hardwood gets stood up on a hit. Puck goes loose right side. Brock Schultz down to the doorstep, left there. Jamieson touched up on it, couldn't send it to the net. Peyton Sunderland comes over to the corner to take control for the Warriors. He looks back to the left side, was able to find Kyler Leon. Here comes Leon up the ice, and a quick one-timer by Peyton Sunderland, touched up just wide. Warroad perhaps looking for a penalty there, no call. Here comes Brock Schultz into the offensive end for East Grand Forks. He finds Hills with a one-time shot, and a great play by Hills, but Ben Norris stands up and makes the save. Hills all by himself in the slot between the hashes, and he got it on his forehand side. Golden opportunity that's by the boards for the Green Wave. Schultz steps into the corner and confronts Ryan Lund. Loose puck out to center. Sunderland comes away with it, but it's jabbed off his stick by Van Epps. It goes loose in the neutral zone, and Schultz comes back for control. He'll look back into his own end for Judd Pesh. To the near side, finding Magner. Toss up the boards, looking for Schultz, perhaps Jace Panzer. Panzer found it, left circle. Turns it back behind the net. Van Epps is over to pick it up. Van Epps circles back to the wall, drops one off for Hunter Varnson. That's broken up by Kyler Leon. Leon tried to drag it back for Warroad behind his own net. Ends up out in front, but quickly deflected back to the far wall. Drayden Johnson over to find it. Finds Kyler Leon rushing the neutral zone. Peyton Sunderland trying to catch up to a loose puck, and ends up being knocked loose. Then a turnover. Leon with a chance that got blocked out in front. Loose puck near side to Panzer. Panzer coming up with Landon Jamieson, a backhander into the corner. Overtime continues. We're down to 3 minutes left of it. A spot in the state tournament is on the line tonight here in Warroad. A 3-3 tie between the Green Wave and the Warriors. Up ice, quick shot, gets blocked again. That one coming from Drayden Johnson. Loose puck bounds into the corner. Schultz is over to pick it up. He takes a look towards his own net. Picked up there by Cole Beast for the Green Wave. Beast stick handling, looking for his option. Sent this through the neutral zone and an offensive draw coming up here for Warroad on an icing call against the Green Wave.
Well, B's looking for a home run pass there, but it just didn't materialize for him. You know, you talk about this is a moment for glory for one player on this team or one team. It could also be a moment of heartbreaking tragedy, too. You've seen some.
Well,
yeah.
Let's face it, it's going to be heartbreaking tragedy for one of these teams no matter what.
Yeah.
Barnson taking the draw against Tavin James. It's loose back behind the Green Wave net far corner. A hit from Corbett from behind, trying to play against some pressure from Murray Marvin Cordes. Puck back out at center. Carson Pilgrim backing away from pressure, looking to launch one into the far corner. Barnson reached out to try to knock it down. Marvin Cordes can't get to it, and the Green Wave will send this back into the neutral zone. One near side for Carson Pilgrim. Pilgrim taking a look, comes up the right side wall. Tavin James, wrister high slot, reach up, Rockstead. Glove save and hold, and we'll draw again in the Green Wave zone. Draws brought to you tonight by Apex Apparel in Grand Forks, your hometown quick turnaround promotional goods store, and by S&T Quick Stop. That quick stop on the way back to Grand Forks on Highway 15 in Thompson. We'll draw to the left of Ryan Rockstead in the East Grand Forks zone. Puck controlled by Landon Jamison. Great pass to Forey against traffic. And Forey will bring it up into the offensive zone. Got a step on Honfit. Drives into the far corner, comes to a halt, looks to play it back to the point, but back quickly was Tavin James. He finds Murray Marvin Cordes, who's one-on-one with Corbett. Marvin Cordes comes to a stop left corner. Stick handles out to the top of the left circle. Shot. Rockstead surrenders a rebound. Lund tries to rush it, and this will be turned back through the neutral zone into the Warroad end. Down to 1:40 left to go of overtime. Honfit back into his own zone behind the Warroad net. Comes off left side. Had one disrupted by Brock Schultz to the neutral zone for Tavin James. Picked off there by Hills for East Grand Forks. Cooper Hills coming up into the offensive zone. Marvin Cordes turned that away from the high slot. Loose puck to Carson Pilgrim. Left point in deep. High slot wrister deflected. And we're drawing up in the Green Wave end with 1:22 left of overtime. I would have thought, and well, I was going to say, I would have thought one overtime would do it the way these teams are playing, but who knows?
Right now, both teams trying to avoid making a mistake.
Yeah, you could see that. Who gets tight first? Damon Scapple will take the draw. Hunter Barnson for the Green Wave. Scapple for East Grand Forks. Scapple for Warroad. And we'll draw to the right of Ryan Rockstead. Barnson sends it to the far corner. And we'll see Grady Magner pulled down on some contact there from behind by Dominic Anthony. Puck comes out in the neutral zone. Retrieved on the red line by Will Hardlick. And turned back into the Green Wave end. Judd Pesh on the right. Pesh taking a look, flips one up in the air. This will bound through the neutral zone. Lund is back to pick it up. Lund looking off towards the right, sent that one through, and that's going to be an offensive zone draw for the Green Wave icing call with 1 minute exactly, officially 59.5 seconds left in overtime, tied at 3.
And, of course, if this ends in a tie, we clean the ice and another full period. So.
We'll zam it, and we'll come back. And we'll play some more. Someone's got to make the trip to the X, although for all of you watching across the state of hockey tonight, this game probably makes a case for both of these teams finding their way to the state tournament. Who wouldn't want to watch this the fourth time around down at XL Energy Center? Ryan Lund, left side for Warroad. Playing this back to the neutral zone. Tavin James swipes it down. Oh, it popped out in front of the net. Rockstead had to knock that away. Pilgrim was there like a vulture, but couldn't quite catch up with the puck. Tucker Lovejoy found a space to open up. Plays it back towards the wing. Drives up into the corner. Lovejoy putting it back behind the net. Tavin James there trying to play it out. Pesh holds it in. Deflected. Goes loose. And a rebounded puck off the back end. That snuck behind Ben Norris and didn't get in. A return shot from the wall that's deflected in the air. The Green Wave come back for it with 15 seconds left in overtime. Lovejoy's there, held up behind the net, trying to hold this puck against some pressure from Hardwick. It goes loose, and Lund will kick it out to Tavin James. It comes back to Lund. There are 7 seconds left. Pilgrim has one jabbed off his stick. An offside call won't be necessary. We're going to double overtime here tonight in Warroad. Oh boy. One overtime, not enough. Two overtimes might be. 3-3 tie. And we're getting ready for what will be a pretty exciting fifth period.
Without saying. I mean, my goodness. Well, you saw some aggressiveness early in this overtime frame, but as the clock started to melt down toward 2 minutes, you could see teams laying back a little, trying not to make that critical mistake in their own end. And so that's how you wind up with an extra frame, another one.
Yeah. Well, we'll play another one, and we're going to do it coming up. But first, we'll have another intermission report brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. We'll come back, give you some highlights from the third period that saw us leave the period in a tie. It's 3-3 after overtime with a state tournament spot on the line tonight here in Warroad at the Garden between the Green Wave and the Warriors. And our intermission and second overtime next here in the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports.
Picture yourself at Lake Region State College. With faculty and staff here to help you succeed, we know you by name. Picture your success as you get hands-on ready for the workforce or transfer on to earn your bachelor's degree. Lake Region State College. We change lives.
Apex Apparel is your quick turnaround apparel and promotional item shop in Grand Forks. If you're looking for direct-to-garment printing, embroidery work, or a huge selection of promotional items, come to Apex Apparel, your locally owned, family-run, quick turnaround apparel shop in Grand Forks.
S&T Quick Stop in Thompson is the stop you need at the end of your day. From the groceries you may have left behind to the products you need to keep running, S&T Quick Stop is your best stop. Find us on the west edge of Thompson.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Rust, salt, and time are the biggest enemies for a fuel tank. Never fear, because Grand Forks Welding is here to take care of your enemies for you. We not only fix or patch your tanks, but we can custom fabricate any kind of replacement fuel tanks or service unit. Go to grandforkswelding.com.
Man of Steel.
When you're in pain, you need more than just a doctor. You need a problem solver. Count on All True Orthopedics and Sports Medicine and get back to what moves you.
Today, the PS stands for proper service for your home, farm, or business, which is what you'll get from the team at PS Garage Doors in Grand Forks. Whether you need a door fixed or just thinking about replacing what you already have, no matter what the size, PS Doors offers the proper service for you. Get your proper service at psgaragedoors.com.
As guys, we all love our trucks. That's why Toys for Trucks is your headquarters for all things truck. They carry an amazing selection of rims and tires, plus floor mats, tonneau covers, hitches, plows, and even Excalibur remote car starters for any car, truck, or SUV. And the best part? They can install everything for your truck right at their location. Stop out at Toys for Trucks in Grand Forks to customize your ride, or check them out at toysfortrucks.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh baked mammoth muffin and coffee, or go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Franson Bank and Trust in Grand Forks is a community bank that caters to businesses, farms, and consumers. They provide customized financial solutions with personalized customer service. Let Franson Bank give you the banking relationship you deserve. Real people, real results.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage, Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, and KNOX Live Sports. We've played 51 minutes of regulation and 8 minutes of overtime, and we still do not have a state qualifier tonight. Through an overtime, 3-3 your score on the All True scoreboard tonight. East Grand Forks and Warroad playing another overtime battle this year. The last time they went to overtime, it was in Thief River Falls, and that was won by Warroad, but that took one overtime. That was right before Christmas. Tonight, double overtime as we get ready to go into a second session of extra time tonight here at the Garden in Warroad. Ryan Cunningham, Sean Ford with you here this evening, and just a dandy hockey game before we take a look at the highlights from that third period. A dandy hockey game between these two, and I think we'd wish these teams would play a 7-game series to see who would go to state.
That would be a lot of that would definitely be a lot of fun, but I can tell you, I mean, when you talk about the Thief River Fall game, little more riding on this one. And you can tell toward the end of that first overtime period, as we mentioned before we went into the break, teams taking it a little bit more easy, not taking as many chances, not wanting to make a mistake. Now, when we come out here for the second overtime, you're going to see some aggressiveness right out of the gate, I think.
I would think so. Let's take a look at, first of all, our sponsors for overtime and our intermission. Intermission report brought to you by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. This game was 2-1 after 2 periods of play. So let's go back and take a look at the highlights from that third period that saw East Grand Forks jump up by a goal, but end up having that goal taken away, or that lead rather taken away on a power play. And all 3 goals tonight for the Warriors have been on the power play. Our highlights tonight are brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net to get started with Landon Jamison on the power play for East Grand Forks. A great pass here from Schultz. High slot, or actually high circle wrister for Jamison. That made it a 2-2 game at that point. And then offensive zone draws have been so big tonight for the Green Wave. This is a pickup by Jace Van Epps, sneaking one in 5-hole, but it wouldn't be enough. Van Epps takes boarding call late in the 5-minute major penalty out of a timeout. Lund, a great pass, wide open net for Murray Marvin Cordes. He scores to tie the game. Those are your highlights brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. Jamison on the power play. Van Epps at full strength. Murray Marvin Cordes, the third power play goal tonight for the Warriors. And that all happened in the third period. There was no scoring in intermission. So I'll just leave a big empty box there. And now we'll go on to double overtime with, again, a spot in the state tournament on the line tonight. I mean, there comes a point, I suppose, where you probably put that out of your mind and you just start to think about the fact that somebody's got to win a hockey game here, and we'll deal with the state tournament spot later.
And that's pretty much how it works. As far as the goaltenders are concerned, stop the puck. That's all you've got to worry about. You can't think about anything else. Just stay out in front of that puck and stop it. We had a couple of close calls in that overtime. East Grand Forks nearly won it late in that overtime period. But, the goalies who should be the most nervous guys on the ice usually aren't. So, no, they usually aren't. They'll go out. They'll continue to attack, and we've seen good goaltending here tonight. That should continue. But the strategy is the same for East Grand Forks. Keep it 5-on-5. Get some attacking zone face-offs and put some pressure down below the goal line, especially.
That's the one thing that you stress right now if you're a Green Wave player or a Green Wave fan is no more power plays for the Warriors. And again, the one was a 5-minute major. I mean, something usually breaks down at that point, but nonetheless, 5-minute major penalty and 3 goals out of 4 chances, I think, on the power play tonight. They've had 4 power plays. They've scored 3 times, so.
Well, I think when you're talking about going into an overtime now, I think somebody's going to have to commit some kind of assault to get a penalty called in this second overtime period. But you never know. I mean, it would have to be very blatant, but it is possible.
It is.
And you really want to be careful.
Second overtime on the way. Another break on our intermission report tonight brought to you by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel, and High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks. 3-3 after overtime in the Section 8 tournament final between East Grand Forks and Warroad. Double overtime is next.
Since 1972, Jarrell's Sports Center and Hockey World has provided year-round sporting goods, apparel, and of course, hockey equipment and training tools. You'll also find they have a state-of-the-art skate sharpening machine to give you the edge you need. For anything sports, stop into Jarrell's and Hockey World.
Hi, this is Jen from Absolute Refrigeration, your local commercial refrigeration experts. Our team provides excellent and dependable service to keep your business up and running all year long. Call us at 787-1200. Absolute Refrigeration. We're here when staying cool absolutely matters.
ProAg in Grand Forks and Grafton carries the equipment and parts on hand to make your farming operation run smooth. They carry all major brands like Honeybee, Alloway, Amity, Artex, Hardy, Capello, Monosem, Pickett, Wilrich, and Black Ace. So whether you're trading in, buying, or just need parts, go to ProAgEquip.com to see everything ProAg has to offer.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
the Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment Grand Forks.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335. Tufty Marine in Northwood is your Lund Boat headquarters. Looking to buy, sell, or trade? Tufty Marine will get you into the Lund boat you've always wanted. And they have the parts and accessories you need as well. To check out their inventory, go to tuftymarine.com. Tufty Marine, your Lund dealer in Northwood, always willing to make a deal.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight in the Rivards Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, KNOX Live Sports. After overtime, 3-3 your score. Ryan Cunningham, Sean Ford with you tonight. Our intermission report brought to you tonight by High Plains Water, your source for awesome water in Grand Forks, and by Grand Forks Welding and Machine, the Men of Steel. Well, Sean, we've gone from calling out who we think is going to score to wondering when the goal is going to be scored at this point to determine who's going to win this thing and put it to bed tonight.
And when you get into games that go as long as this one has, you start talking about the strangest things during the commercial breaks. I didn't mean to bring up the old ladies and the kazoos. I'm sorry. But
it happens.
It happens. It does. I do believe we're going to get a goal here in this frame. Somebody is going to score it.
Well,
but
we'll
again,
see.
The question is who? Yeah, I have no idea.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, right now there are so many players on this ice that could score that goal.
Yeah.
But it's a trip to the X in St. Paul coming up that matters in this situation. And so here we go. It all comes down to this.
And of course, most of the players are giving good luck rubs to the pads of the goaltenders. As they are wont to do in overtime period.
You know, you look at it this way, though. If you're the goaltender, you can only give up one more goal.
That's true. It can't get any much worse than that, right?
It'll be the most heartbreaking goal that you give up all season long, but you can only give up one more. All right.
And having given up a couple of those, I can tell you, yes, you're right.
Double overtime about to play out. Brock Schultz set to take a draw for the Green Wave. And we'll see Carson Pilgrim taking the draw for Warroad. 17 minutes. Oh, you know what? I apologize, folks. I forgot all about that on the clock thing. I forgot that we're doing that. Okay, we got that set up. We're ready to go. All right, 17 minutes now. So this is the way this works, is that we'll go 17 minutes. If nobody scores in 17, then what we do is we have a 3-minute break. We play 8 more. I think somebody's scoring in 17. There's a deflection. Rockstead will pick up the puck with a glove hand, and it'll be sent back to the far side wall. Ryan Lund for Warroad, turning back towards the right side for Murray Marvin Cordes. Marvin Cordes coming back near edge, backhands one through the neutral zone, and here comes an offensive zone draw for the Green Wave. 28 seconds into the second overtime.
And the Green Wave will certainly take that.
So we're going to draw in the Warroad zone. We'll draw to the right of goaltender Ben Norris. 29 shots for Warroad tonight, 25 for East Grand Forks.
2 East Grand Forks goals came off face-offs in this circle.
Hunter Barneson to take this drop against Carson Pilgrim. So the Green Wave chose to change up here, and the Warriors will not. Honfman taking control of the puck, comes back out to the point for Corbett. Corbett puts it back down behind the net. Barneson's there looking for Van Epps. Pilgrim takes it away. Marvin Cordes, the breakout pass to Tavin James. James trying to come up the ice and pulls around Beast. Got one in towards the net. There was a flail at it by Pilgrim coming into the weak side, but he ends up missing it. And this will be pitched back out in the neutral zone by Varnson for East Grand Forks. Lund right side. Takes a bit of a bump from Nolan Mellebrook, and the puck will go loose back in the Green Wave end. Corbett sending it back towards the far side. Picked up there by Cole Beast. Breakout pass to Mellebrook on the right. Mellebrook reaching back, taking control of the puck, driving up into the offensive end. Panzer was there, went by the net, loose puck to Corbett on the left wall. Corbett will ring this back behind the net. Mellebrook got pulled down a bit from behind by Lund, but steps back over towards the right wall to take control. Ryan Lund comes back near side with the puck for Warroad, sends this one in. Rockstead able to knock it down, scoops it, then thought about transitioning and decides to cover it up, and will draw coming up in the Warroad, or rather East Grand Forks zone, with 15:35 left to go here in the second overtime.
And again, he wanted to avoid that defensive zone faceoff, and he had a Warrior bearing right down on him. He had to cover it up.
At some point, you got to just kind of bail out and make that call, right? We'll draw to the right of Rockstead. And the puck gets knocked loose off the draw. Landon Jamison reaching back for it. Comes back to Grady Magner on the near side. Magner pulling his way through the neutral zone. Putting one in from long range. Norris will knock that aside. Magner picks up the loose puck. This floats back into Mellebrook. Long shift here for Mellebrook. On the right, turns it back behind the net. Went looking for Van Epps. Or correction, not Van Epps, but rather Panzer. Panzer got set up against the boards. Right side, Ryan Lund with those long gates up the ice. Looking right side for Ryan Shagabe. Shagabe a stop and a wrister. Rockstead will hold that with a glove, and we've seen not quite the same pace to start. And maybe because you look up at the clock and you see 17 full, and perhaps it feels like the start of a period for you. You don't realize, obviously it's sudden death. You just kind of feel like you're starting a new period again.
Exactly. And again, the feel-out process begins all over.
We'll draw to the left of Ryan Rockstead in the East Grand Forks zone. It's won by Pilgrim to the point for Honfit, who steps his way into the corner. He's being chased from behind by Brock Schultz, and Schultz was able to pick it away, and we're going to see a penalty. Brock Schultz going to get hit for hooking or holding, one of the two, and it's going to be holding against Brock Schultz. And East Grand Forks will have the most important penalty kill of their season coming up, and the Warriors are going to have a chance to win it on the man advantage. The time of the penalty at 2:04. Schultz for holding.
I said it would have to be pretty blatant, Ryan, and that one was.
And right in front of an official as well. So a tough one not to call in that situation. 3 of 4. We welcome you back to our coverage this evening. Hopefully, we have been able to get back to you here, as we had an intermittent problem here with our coverage here tonight. So we apologize for that, but hopefully we're going to be able to get you back and going. Now, we've got a couple of miscues that have happened here tonight with our clock, so we'll kind of update you as we go. 1 minute left on the power play for East Grand Forks. Lund looking back towards the corner, found Murray Marvin Cordes. Back to Lund on top. Slap shot went wide of Rockstead. That was a big slap shot. Just a howitzer that came in there from Lund into Honfit in the right corner. Honfit taking a look, plays it back off the wall to Marvin Cordes. 45 seconds left of a power play. Down to the doorstep. There's the winner. And it's another power play goal for Honfit. And Warroad has won the championship. Warroad will claim the championship of the Section 8 tournament on a goal by Broden Honfit, on the power play. 4 power play goals tonight, and Broden Honfit is going to put this one away for the Warriors this evening. Unbelievable finish to this one, right down to the doorstep. Honfit winning it, and East Grand Forks is beaten, and Warroad will pick it up. Let's take a look at the game-winning goal in double overtime. You can see there the time of the goal will be at 3 minutes and 11 seconds. And thank you for hanging with us. Do a glitch here. We were glad that we were able to get it back when we were. The American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay. You'll see it happen here. Broden Honfit with his second goal on the power play tonight. And there's Honfit taking the feed off the wall and scoring on an open side. And Honfit goes to celebrate in front of that Warrior student section. And the American Family Insurance Tyler Nagel Agency replay shows the Warriors claiming the Section 8 championship. Honfit at 3:11 of overtime.
Actually, 3:21. But
was
yes.
3:21?
Yeah.
3:21 of overtime.
And again, the power play does it. The power play does it to East Grand Forks.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And again, thank you for those of you that hung with us after we had a fatal error here in our internet service that blinked and came back for us here. And you can understand why, with so many people here at the Garden, we were able to get reestablished and able to bring you the final game-winning goal in this one tonight. So the Warriors win it by a final score of 4-3. The Warriors improved to 23-5 on the season, and they're on their way to the state tournament with a double overtime win over East Grand Forks tonight. The Green Wave season will come to an end with a record of 18-9. We're going to take one final break, and we'll come back with our post-game wrap-up, and we'll wrap this one up very quickly here tonight. From the Garden in East Grand, or the Garden in Warroad. We apologize. We really got when we have one of those crashes that takes place for us here at internet service, it's the one thing you fear when they don't really have you set up 100% correctly here and you're on wireless service. And so our apologies for that. But again, your final score in double overtime, the Warriors win it by a score of 4-3, and Warroad is moving their way on to the state tournament of Minnesota State Class A hockey. Again, your final score 4-3. We come back to wrap this one up in just a couple of moments. Do stay with us here on KNOX Live Sports.
From tears in your car, truck, boat, or farm equipment seats to making boat covers or complete restorations of the interior of your hot rod, Finest Auto Trim in Grand Forks can make the inside of your rides look brand new again. Big or small, at Finest Auto Trim, we can cover it all. To check out our services, go to finestautotrim.com or stop out on Demers Avenue in Grand Forks to get your quote today.
The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment Grand Forks.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
When you need the right part for your pickup, head to Northwood or call Mike's Custom Truck. Amanda will drop ship any part you need: turbos, upgraded fuel pumps, Edge products, and more. Mike's Custom Truck, 587-6335.
Whether it's a golf course, your lawn, a pasture on your farm, cover crop, or even a food plot to help you get that big buck, Rivard's Turf and Forage of Grand Forks has developed, mixed, and packaged the premium specialized seed you need for almost every application. Plus, they also carry a full line of ice melter products for your home or business. To check out all their products, go to rivards.com.
Tufty Marine in Northwood is your Lund Boat headquarters. Looking to buy, sell, or trade? Tufty Marine will get you into the Lund boat you've always wanted. And they have the parts and accessories you need as well. To check out their inventory, go to tuftymarine.com. Tufty Marine, your Lund dealer in Northwood, always willing to make a deal.
Grand Trailer Sales in East Grand Forks is your go-to spot for enclosed utility, flatbed, and dump trailers in the Red River Valley. They have the biggest selection on hand of trailers with great pricing. If you're looking for parts, service, or simply to buy, trade, or rent a trailer, stop into East Grand Forks. GrandTrailersSales.com.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Spray Advantage of Grand Forks carries everything you need for the chemical and fertilizer application on your farm. They have pumps, tips, and tanks from 3 gallons all the way up to 10,000 gallons on hand. They can help with parts and accessories for the fertilizer and tillage equipment on your farm too. Go to sprayadvantage.com.
Welcome back to our coverage of high school hockey tonight on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network and KNOX Live Sports from the Garden in Warroad. What an unbelievable night that we had this evening, with Warroad claiming the championship of Section 8 hockey by a final score of 4-3 in double overtime this evening. A goal for Broden Honfit in double overtime that's going to win it for the Warriors tonight. They score 4 goals on power plays tonight and 5 opportunities on the power play. It was the huge difference in this one as East Grand Forks is beaten in double overtime tonight by Warroad. Ryan Cunningham, Sean Ford with you on our post-game report this evening. And what a great night for hockey, obviously. It was a wonderful game. If you're East Grand Forks, you start thinking about, 5 penalties, and you give up 4 goals.
It's one of your keys to the game. Stay out of the box.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it didn't happen. And it happened at exactly the wrong times. And it's unfortunate for East Grand, who played, I thought, a pretty good hockey game with this Warroad team.
Absolutely.
And
had the lead there in the third period, and if you stay out of the box in that third period, you're probably on your way to the X instead. But it ends on the power play as we take you to our post-game report tonight, brought to you by Spring Advantage and Lake Region State College. Spring Advantage, everything you need for spraying an application on your farm. The difference between Spring Advantage and their competitors is that Spring Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, seed tenders. 2 locations to serve you in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spring Advantage, make them a part of your agricultural game plan now and for years to come. And it's also brought to you tonight by Lake Region State College in Devils Lake. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. Precision agriculture, law enforcement, nursing. Those are the careers that you can turbocharge your way into at Lake Region State College. Take the 2-year degree and get earning. Take those credits with you and move on to a 4-year institution anywhere in the North Dakota system. Lake Region State College in Devils Lake, with campuses in Devils Lake, on the Grand Forks Air Force Base, and online for you anytime at lrsc.edu. Well, let's take a look at how this one played out for you tonight. We'll dive into our highlights. Our highlights tonight are brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. First goal tonight, it would be the guy who ends up winning the game for Warroad this evening, a defenseman by the name of Broden Hontfit, who comes up with the opening goal tonight that was initially waved off and then later counted, and it gave a 1-0 lead to Warroad. But Grady Magner, good all season, from the left point, scores on a wrister to tie the game at 1. The second period ended with Murray Marvin Cordes, who had a nice night tonight as well, out in front of the net of the Flurry, and that ends up making it a 2-1 game after 2 periods of play for Warroad. Landon Jameson would be the next man to score as the Green Wave would tie it up. Great spin pass from Brock Schultz. Jameson from the left point scores it, and the Green Wave then take their first and only lead tonight. A flurry towards the right side of the net. Van Epps picks one up off the wall. Jace Van Epps gives the Green Wave the lead, but then takes a boarding call and a 5-minute major that works its way down to the final seconds of it. Great pass from Ryan Lund. Murray Marvin Cordes buries it, and then in double overtime, another power play opportunity tonight in double overtime, and a one-timer to the right side picked up by Hontfit on the weak side. And that's how the game came to an end tonight. And those are your highlights, brought to you by Proceed. Need seed? Think Proceed. Proceed.net. And the Green Wave are beaten by Warroad by a final score of 4-3 in double overtime tonight here at the Garden.
Well, disappointing night, but a terrific season for East Grand Forks.
Yes, absolutely. And for Warroad, it caps off a tremendous journey. You know, at the beginning of the year, they took a loss to St. Cloud Cathedral and started to wonder a little bit about themselves, right? Put together a great run in the middle of the season. Had that bump in the road against East Grand Forks down at Civic Center Auditorium, Civic Center Arena. But they came back and won it tonight on home ice here in Warroad as the number 2 seed.
In an electric atmosphere here, too. I don't know if you'll see anything like this again for a very long time.
Yeah, 3,000 people in a building, 1,000 online tickets for a high school hockey game. That's just tremendous. Let's go to our post-game awards before we wrap things up tonight. Again, our post-game report brought to you by Spring Advantage and Lake Region State College this evening. Spring Advantage, everything you need for spraying an application on your farm. And Lake Region State College in Devils Lake. At Lake Region State College, we change lives. First and foremost, we'll give you our goals against hunger tonight. Our goals against hunger are brought to you tonight by Northland Community Technical College. For every goal that's scored by our greater Grand Forks area teams, Northland Community Technical College donates $1 to help fight hunger at the Pioneer Food Pantry. It fights hunger in our region. And tonight, East Grand Forks will tack on to that yearly total with 3 goals. That means $3 will be donated tonight by Northland Community Technical College to the Pioneer Food Pantry to fight hunger in our area. And now on to our 3 stars of the game. 3 stars of the game tonight brought to you by PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for perfect service. Stop into PS Garage Doors and find out how you can get perfect service for your garage door. You've got one that's not working, sticking, not coming down to the ground or floor, then you need PS Garage Doors. Call 772-DOOR. That's 772-DOOR for PS Garage Doors in Devils Lake and Grand Forks. And by the way, the PS also stands for painless shopping. You can find PS Garage Doors in the Industrial Park, 4733 Demers on the other side of the I-29 overpass in Grand Forks. Well, sorting out the 3 stars of the game in this one tonight, it's going to be obviously a little bit difficult because there were some great playmakers that were out there all over the place, and you're sort of motivated to make sure that you get a couple of Warroad Warriors into this as well. And so when I take a look at it tonight, the way that I would do this, Sean, and you tell me if you'd agree, my third star tonight would be Murray Marvin Cordes, who ends up giving the Warriors a 2-1 lead, then ties the game at 3 in the second period. My second star tonight would be Landon Jameson, who tied the game for East Grand Forks in the second period, and I thought played a great game. But you just can't overlook Broden Hontvit, the opening goal tonight and the final goal. He scores the first one for Warroad, and he scores the goal in double overtime to win it tonight for the Warriors. You go with that lineup?
I can argue with any of those. I really can't. I would give honorable mention to Grady Magner for getting East Grand Forks on the board when they really needed to get on the board.
Absolutely.
But other than that, I think you are right, spot on with those picks.
So those will be our 3 stars of the game tonight. Again, third star of the game, Murray Marvin Cordes for Warroad. Second star of the game, Landon Jameson. First star tonight for Broden Hontvit. And our final award is our our Finest Auto Trim Finest Cover of the Game, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim, where their motto is big or small, they cover it all. Finest Auto Trim specializes in the recovery of vehicle and marine seats. If you've got a boat that you put away last year, heat stressed with the seats, stretched out, cracked, chipped, faded, peeling, that type of thing, and they just don't give you the support, why don't you get ready for ice out with new seats from Finest Auto Trim? Let them recover those seats for you so they feel and look and support just like new again. And if you keep something outside, if you made that purchase of a boat or pontoon, they have you covered with a custom-made cover that will protect them from all the elements. You can find them at 2201 Demers, Finest Auto Trim, big or small. They cover it all. Boy, I kind of called his name early tonight. Ryan Lund for Warroad. Yeah. He was just really good again. Every time I've seen him, he's been steady. He's been good. He sets up a goal on that power play that ends up tying the game. You just like his game. You really, really like what he was able to do tonight for the Warriors.
He's solid in the back, and he knows when to jump into the play. I can't argue with that either. But
Broden Hontvit as well, but we already made him first star tonight, right?
Exactly.
But, Ryan Lund really was another Warrior out there for Warroad tonight.
I honorable mention to the guy who covered for me when I busted that cup of coffee earlier. But you were going to bring it up.
That was an inauspicious start to the night tonight, Sean.
Yeah, it was. But, yeah, I can't argue with Ryan at all. I thought he had played an outstanding game.
So the Warriors off to the X. They play next Wednesday in the state Class A hockey tournament, and the good luck to them going forward. A tremendous East Grand Forks hockey season. And I want to thank all of our premier sponsors who brought you our video coverage tonight and our video coverage throughout the course of our high school hockey season, and to the thousands of people that were out there watching throughout the course of the night as well with our coverage tonight on KNOX Live Sports. Can't thank all of you enough. It'll be our final video broadcast for high school hockey this year. But for those of you in the greater Grand Forks area, get ready. We've got baseball, we've got track and field coming up throughout the spring, and we'll definitely keep you in the run of things. Tomorrow, we've got some basketball from Fargo for those of you that are on KNOX Radio. Central is back in action after an upset win in the opening round of the Class AA East Region Boys Basketball Tournament. They'll take on Fargo Davies, the number 1 versus number 5 seed. And then on Saturday, we're going to be back at it again going on down in Fargo, as we'll see a combination of Central and Grand Forks Red River based on Red River's performance tonight in the semifinals of the East Region Girls Tournament. So be looking for some further basketball broadcasts coming up from us a little bit later on down the road as well. But what an exciting hockey season that for us comes to a conclusion tonight, and for Warroad continues. And Sean, I know he made a couple of trips over here impromptu for us. Thank you so much for being here tonight, handling the camera work, giving us the color commentary. Really appreciate you being here tonight, Sean. Thank you.
Miss a night like this? This was amazing. Had a great time. Thanks for having me, Ryan.
For Sean Ford, I'm Ryan Cunningham, and for the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network, signing off for the evening. This has been our coverage of high school hockey on KNOX Live Sports and the Rivard's Turf and Forage Grand Trailer Sales Sports Network. For those of you on the radio side, America at Night is next.